Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another After 9. My name is Travis Snell. I'm the green fill because my fucking lights, I gotta fix them. They still haven't changed them or anything. Look at this shit. Look at this.
That's why you need to invest in some good quality $200 lighting source.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Drop the water. Nope. No, I don't think I fixed them fully. But you know what? That actually works. I like that color. I'm joined by the man who's rainbow colored on my screen.
That could be anyone, because I don't know who's rainbow colored. You are the most rainbow colored right now.
I don't think
Kirklin
I'm rainbow.
I'm not a man.
It's definitely Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah, because every time now I go to Skype, your thing is like that screen that we see, Kirklin. It's like that for Taylor. I don't know what the deal is.
Weird. It definitely is normal on the stream. But anyways, I guess I'm the rainbow Taylor Field.
Rainbow. I am.
I'm joined by the final man.
The final man. That's a good nickname, actually. I am the final man, Kirklin Patzer.
And then by the only woman.
Okay, that was gonna be mine. Come on now. I'm the only woman, Jessica. Sheesh.
Dang. Not
You kind of
quick
picked
enough.
everyone's nicknames there, actually. The rainbow.
Well, no, I just
so-
intro because when I say I'm joined by and I hate, then there's like 30 seconds of dead air, so I gotta throw to somebody. So that's why I make like my own nickname to throw to somebody. But from now on, I'll try to not use any sort of cool nickname. I'll just try to throw something. I'm not sure, but what's everyone up to this week? And Taylor, I want to talk to you first because you just had Popeyes for the very first time as a request from me. We're playing Call of Duty. Before we get into that, this is After 9. This is our Patreon call-in show. We just have tons of fun. We just kind of talk about anything. We have some topics. They're like broad topics just to kind of get us on a train going somewhere. We're going to talk some Wandavision. We're going to talk some prequels. I think there's some other stuff we're going to talk about. I don't know. It's been a hectic week, but as always... Oh, go ahead.
Has anyone checked YouTube? Because for me, it's not saying we're streaming like it normally does.
Yeah, we're
It
live.
doesn't say anyone's recording the call or anything.
Yeah, we're live.
Okay.
Is Kirklin, you recording the Skype call?
I am now.
And that's After 9. And yeah, we just talked about anything on Phase 2 Patreon. You can call in at any point. We do this once a month. We think next month we're gonna do it two. We're gonna do it probably twice. We think we're gonna do it one a regular show, and if it works out, we're gonna do one for Willy Wonka's Wonderland or whatever the fuck it's called. Willy's Wonderland. Is that what it's called?
Willy's
Taylor?
Wonderland.
Yeah, so that would require people also to spend money on a movie. So that's where you don't have to. But I think we're gonna do a watch along anyways, and provide the link to all our patrons. Say, hey, if you want to join us to watch this movie, we're gonna. Oh, and we're also gonna talk about Kong vs. Godzilla because since the trailer's coming out tomorrow, Taylor, you must be excited, right?
Oh my god, I'm about to implode and explode all at once.
So no one say, but we're gonna have a big discussion because the internet has been a big discussion. Which side are you on? Are you with the lizard or with the monkey? But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk for like 10 more minutes. I'm gonna start sending links to patrons, and then we're gonna talk about a bunch of stuff. But Taylor, I want to know Popeyes. So you'd never had it. What was your first impressions of Popeyes? Because I love Popeyes.
No, I've never had it before. I didn't even know Popeyes was a thing. I've driven by it, and I don't know if I honed in on the Popeyes. I honed in on the Louisiana part of the sign. So it's It's good. I mean, I googled where it was right off the highway. Went in there. I couldn't remember the Cajun fries you're talking about, but it was like you can have spicy chicken or mild chicken, and we ordered they had a killer deal. The service was friendly because the lady's like, she's like, "Hey, welcome to Popeyes," and I was like ready to place more. She's like, "How are you doing today?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing really good, thank you. How are you doing today?" And she was just super nice. But the chicken was
He left
so good.
Madison.
The chicken was so good. It was $30 for 9 pieces of chicken, 2 large sides, and 4 biscuits. The biscuits, again, like I was telling Jessica, they were like kind of okay, but the chicken was
Oh
just
yeah.
much more quality. So
See, I went there today too, and we thought the same thing. The biscuits were not on par. They were like they're kind of like overcooked a little. Usually they're a bit more tender and a bit more just like soft, but yeah, they weren't the greatest today. But
do you normally
so
go chicken tenders, or do you do like the full like family deal?
well, you can do a family deal with tenders.
Oh,
Because
can
you can
you?
either get you can get like boned chicken or tenders and whatnot. We usually get tenders because the girls obviously know bones and stuff like that. And yeah, we usually do like the 12 or 16 piece. And man, it's good. I'm about to give up. What do I got? I got 7 more days, and then I'm gonna give up all meat again. So I enjoyed it. It was like one of my last like meat meals for a bit. So I enjoyed it, and I'll get the fucking popcorn shrimp, which is not the same and everything like that. But I'm glad. Where does it rank against KFC? Because I'm still surprised you're eating KFC. The death
KFC
of all
is like
organs.
once a year, if that. Like, I
When
really
do you get KFC?
well, really rarely. It's just kind of like when I want like that greasy chicken, I just feel like shit about myself. So then I'll go and I'll get like KFC. But other than that, no, we're gonna go out to Popeyes because that was high quality. That was good. It was so good. This lady
Yeah.
came in after us, and she was like, the manager came up, and the manager was pissed. Like this lady was like saying something about
Why are
like
you so nice to that white
like she was like, I called on the phone and it was supposed to be ready 5 minutes ago. He's like, it's ready now. It's just this whole dynamic.
Wow.
That's
Have you
one
guys
time
eaten at Popeyes?
I've been at Popeyes one time. I went in there and I got like an assortment, got like a sandwich and some popcorn, shrimp, and just random things. And then they forgot my side, and I went up to them and I was like, "Hey, you guys forgot this," and they would not believe me. They're like, "No, you get one side." And
Were
I'm
you
like,
the lady
"Yeah."
I saw earlier? No, just kidding.
No, but it was so funny because so I finally told them, I was like, "No, you guys just forgot my side. Like, can I have my coleslaw, please?" And so they finally gave me one, and then I went back and sat down. So this was pre-COVID. And they actually came out from the kitchen and made me move everything off my tray to show them that I wasn't hiding a secondary side. And it was
Oh
like a
dear.
small, like single cup of coleslaw. And I was like, "Are you guys seriously gonna harass me over 30 cents of coleslaw?"
Did the first side fall out of your jacket when you stood up and cleared the table?
No, I was smart and put it in
Suffer
my
sleeve.
purse.
Oh, good.
Oh, there you go.
I wonder if they've had like at the beginning they had lots of problems with that of like people I guess claiming they had sides and not really. But what about you, Kirkland? You been to Popeyes?
Yeah, I think I've been there 2, maybe 3 times. I remember when it came to my side, the west side, the best side.
Mhm.
I was extremely hyped to go there for the first time, and it was just so packed. Like when it first opened up, there's literally like lineups out the door because it's got a really big, it's got a good reputation. I remember always seeing like online people in the States going crazy for like the chicken sandwiches, and then I guess they would just always be running out of ciabatta buns, so they would just like be sold out right away. So I really wanted to try this chicken sandwich with a ciabatta bun.
Oh,
Say
yeah.
you say
And I-
ciabatta?
No, he didn't.
How
He
did you
I
did
did
not
not
say
say
how'd you say the
ciabatta.
word? How'd you say the word?
Run that back. Play
I
it for
heard
me. How did
Kirkland
I
just
say?
say ciabatta.
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 Isn't it ciabattas?
I like how he tried to pin it on you. Like, oh, Kirkland, because he knew he was wrong. He's like, Kirkland, did you say ciabattas? I'm like, no, he
No,
did.
no.
He tried
I thought he
to
said like
mind trick
ciabattas
you.
because I thought it's ciabattas.
No, you're completely wrong.
All right, continue.
Nice try there, Taylor. Trying to put that evil on me, calling ciabattas. But yeah, no, I was really hyped and I had such high expectations, and I I don't know what it is. I feel like it was a little bit below par to what my expectations were. Now, don't get me wrong, the chicken sandwich was absolutely phenomenal. I thought it was like, oops, that was me. I thought that was an awesome chicken sandwich. Like the seasoning on the ciabatta was so good, and I loved all that stuff, but I was a little let down with like the biscuit. I thought I don't even remember what my side was. I think I got just I don't know. We'll say regular fries for the for the sake of the argument. But yeah, I felt like it wasn't god tier, which is what I was expecting. Now I'm not saying it wasn't like A tier. I thought it was A tier, like for fast food. Like I thought it was really good, but it wasn't that god tier like what I was expecting.
Well, you said you've only been once or a couple times.
I want to say like no more than 3, so in between 2 and 3.
Let me ask you this. So in the scale, I'm gonna give you 3 different options. There's
'Kay.
Popeye's chicken, there's the KFC chicken, and then there's the Save on Foods breaded like chicken. It's the same chicken, like they breaded same thing. How would
Right.
you scale that? Because this is pretty good too.
Now the KFC thing, the only like saving grace that KFC has for me is that goddamn gravy. It is like crack. I don't know what it is. I like dip my
Wow.
chicken
Just
in
put
there.
a
I dip
straw in
every-
there.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have it on its own. I use it as a dipping. So like that paired with the chicken, I would probably lean that. Honestly, there's probably
Oh.
so much sodium in that gravy. It's probably so terrible for you, but it doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
I would
do you
eat
know
that.
what it is? Do you know what they put in there?
I don't know if I
Pig
want to know.
assholes.
At the end of every night, they like scrape out all of the. It's called crackling at the bottom of the fryer.
Oh,
so it's
it
all
is
of the
crack.
burnt. It's all the burnt, crispy stuff that falls off the chicken while they pressure cook it in the oil, and then they
Wonder it
scrape
tastes
that
so good.
oily breading and they put it in the pot and mix it with gravy, mix some water.
Hey, it
I feel like
works.
that's not. I feel like that's not too bad. Like I said, I feel like it's worse than when I found what was in hot dogs when they just take like the asshole of animals and nipples and
Yeah.
everything. I'm just like, oh, so whatever's left of it is just shoved in there. It's like this
Yeah.
is disgusting.
I'm the type of person that is able to like block that out of my memory. Like if I see a hot dog being made, I'll just be like, oh, that's kind of nasty. And then a guy could give me like a, hot off the barbecue hot dog, just smells so good. I'm
But
like,
are
"Oh,
like
yeah,
the
let's do
nipples
this."
and the assholes like unhealthy? Because I feel like I'd be right there just eating it. It's like it tastes
Oh, yeah.
good.
I think we're all like hypocrites because people like I could say that's gross, but it's like we're eating every other part of the animal and everything like that. And see, Kirklin, what is the threshold? Like you can see that, but then how long do you need to forget it? Could you literally forget it in half an hour? Like could I show you a video right now and then half an hour you eat a hot dog?
Honestly, probably, especially if
Wow.
it's like a food truck or something, and like the smells get to me. Oh, it's just intoxicating. So, yeah.
I want to backtrack. Has anyone ever tried the hot and spicy chicken from KFC?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay, that stuff is like, I hate their chicken, but their spicy chicken, it's like marinated and like the meat's actually like red. It's like legit.
Ooh.
It's probably
Red.
not
like
healthy.
spicy
Yeah.
Red
food?
like raw or
You
a
spicy
red
food,
spicy?
yeah.
I hope.
red like raw. Just giving you a bunch of here's our spicy chicken. That's quite a kick in the toilet.
The spice is a salmonella.
Yeah. You taste that? Medical bills. Let's see here. Taylor, you want to send me the link of this call so then I can start sending that out?
Should be in the
any-
main Geek First chat.
Okay, perfect. I hadn't checked it, so I'll go do that
Right
now.
above his picture.
Right above the
Perfect.
picture.
What is this picture you
Jessica was asking what he asked like what I do on photo shoots. I just tag along, something like that.
Yeah, I love that you're holding all the purses, everything like that. You're such like a little assistant.
There you go, fans.
And here's the one of his dick. No. Okay. What have you guys been up to this week? Taylor and assistant.
What have they been up to, or are you asking me what I've been up to?
Yeah. Well, sure, Taylor. What have you been up to? And then the rest of you can.
No,
say
no,
what
no,
you've
no,
been
no,
up
no, no.
to.
Start with them. I couldn't tell what you were
No,
saying.
no.
No, 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 no. Jessica,
No,
ladies first.
I don't know.
No.
I hung my new TV today. It's massive. Super excited.
How many
And
people
Travis-
do you need to do that?
It took all 4 of us to get it up
Yeah.
there.
All 4.
a
You,
venture.
Kai, Matt.
The cat.
My parents came over and helped us put it up. So, but it's freaking absolutely huge. I should turn on the light and like bring my computer over and show you guys because I'm
Bring the
so
TV
excited.
over. Bring the.
Yeah, just bring the
Probably-
TV over into view so
Probably
we can
not
see
gonna
it.
happen.
Have Kai bring it over.
Get ready for the flashbang.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here, turn on the light so you can
Yeah, I think the light helps with the size because the borders you couldn't see. It was just all dark, so it was like, oh, okay, there you go. And
Like,
now
there's my hand on it, and it's
Know what you
very
should
nice.
do?
You need banana for
put
reference.
put the laptop down on the table where it was, and then stand in front of the TV so we can see to scale.
And then do a
Right.
backflip.
Yeah.
Just run into the TV.
Sparklers. Turn the lights off. Grab some sparklers.
Now this is
yeah, it's
the
pretty big.
part that is big. Yeah, this is the part in like Host when she gets killed right here. Like the TV. falls
This is
on
when
her.
the Matt's
Matt
body
falls
falls
from the
from
roof.
ceiling.
I'm worried. I don't trust you guys.
Such a good visual.
We were saying that that looks like a scene out of Host, and then and then in the background you just see Matt's legs like just fall from the ceiling while you're showing off the sides of the TV. Everyone go watch Host. Great movie and everything.
Hidden gem, I'd say.
Hidden gem. And Kirklin, what you been up to? You said you might watch the fights later. I think that was on or off. That was off cast, but still, you might watch that. Anything else?
Yeah, not really. Honestly, it's been a pretty tamed weekend. Bought myself a birthday present. Birthday's coming up. We got to keep saying that. The parents say that.
Jesus Christ. It's like I said, if it wasn't in COVID, it's like he's expecting us to throw him a surprise party. Every day I talk to him. My birthday's coming up.
I have a little note here. It's like, make sure to bring up birthday.
And when is your birthday again?
Thursday. Thanks for asking.
Hey Kirkland, do you accept like pre-birthday wishes? Because I'm gonna be drugged up on Thursday, so I won't be able to say it on the Thursday.
Right, we have to talk about this.
Wait, what? I'm confused.
Yeah, so Taylor's a part of this whole like organ donor thing. No, I found out that I can't say the word organ donor like on my first try. That and fuck, there's another word recently I was having trouble saying. I don't know. I'm getting dumber and dumber.
An enemy. Say that one.
An enemy? I can talk about my
an enemy.
The enemy.
Ciabatta. Kirkland can't say ciabatta. So here's the problem. So Kirkland, did you establish do you work on the Friday or not? Like, are we doing one
Next Friday, I took it off. Because it's my birthday Thursday, and then I told him I'm not coming in for this.
So
Friday.
we were gonna do it at nighttime, but this is the problem. Like I still think even for the Friday, I think Taylor, you're gonna have to sell the review. You've not have your Kirkland and Jessica. Have you had your wisdom teeth pulled?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you think so? He gets his teeth pulled on the Thursday. Do you think that Thursday at midnight, when he's all drugged, he will be able to one do the review
No.
and two run the stream?
No, I don't think you'll be able to talk.
Oh,
clearly. I think you'll
well,
be pretty
no,
gauzed
watch
up.
me. So the
It's-
thing will be at like 7 in the morning is when I'll be drugged, and so I'll have the whole day, and I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be so ready to.
You take more drugs after though. It's not just the morning drugs. You're gonna lose days if you take the pills that they give you in a good way. But it's like, I don't think you're making it to that review.
That's also case dependent though, because I remember like when Shay got hers out. This was just like last year. She didn't even really take the T3s. Like she didn't really need them.
Okay.
She didn't get too swollen, so it is case dependent. But yeah, for me, I was out for like a week, and like the first couple of days, I was just so gauzed up. Every time I would like eat soup, my stitches would like reopen, and then they'd be like bloody. It was so bad.
I still one my the bottom right there didn't heal. Well, yeah, it still has that
yeah,
like all of them healed over well, but that one's still like. And remember when you first got your things done and food would get like stuck them in and you had to wash everything. So that one like never fully. So it's still like kind of there. It's the worst. Yeah, I was saying where I got them done, and I literally like remember because I've not been put under. I don't know. I think like maybe I don't know when else I put on. Maybe that was the only time. So I got put under and then woke up right away. And it felt like nothing had happened. Like not like no pain, nothing. I'm walking.
Your clothes are all off in the dentist chair.
Yeah. I'm like walking around and everything like that. They're like, "Sir, you need to sit down." I'm like, "I'm fine," and everything. And they're like, "Oh, like." I'm like, so I'm like, "No, I'm fine." Like, we can get you a chair. They're like, we can get you a chair and everything. And then they did that to the elevator. And then I got him. I'm like, I don't need this. Like, I'm completely fine. I went home and I was like, oh, I rocked this thing. And then I think like 8 p.m. hit and it was just like a slow decline. I remember waking up the next day, my mouth just so swollen, everything like that. And I was like, I'm not going to need these drugs. And that was Travis like full on like right away straight edge. So at one point I was even considering not doing the surgery awake. I didn't. My parents talked me out of it, but so I did them. Like I'm not taking these T3s, and the next day I'm fuck it, I'm taking these T3s for sure. And then that's where I bought the extended Lord of the Rings, and I just had it on for the whole weekend. So I just kept waking up to Lord of the Rings, and I watched the trilogy in 4 days. Like how many times you could in 72 hours watch Lord of the Rings? That's what I did the entire thing. It was just on repeat and repeat. Jessica, what about your teeth? How did it go?
So I didn't get put under, but I got the drugs that are supposed to just like make you like not remember what's happening, to be like completely woozing out of it. And I took it and I sat there and it didn't kick in. And they're like, okay, well, we'll give you another half a dose. And so they gave me another half a dose, and I'm like, there's still nothing. Like, I'm
just like
completely
screaming
fine,
in the
guys.
chair. It fucking hurts.
No, so it's the drugs to make your brain go woozy, and then they still numb you and everything like that. So after another little while, they're like, okay, well, we've given you the maximum dose. Like, we've given you the dose that we would give a 300-pound man, and you're fine. So we think that it'll just take a minute to kick in. So we're going to go get you ready. And so they bring me back into the chair and start numbing my mouth and everything, and they do everything, like, completely fine. They're like, we're going to give you all these instructions written down. You're not going to remember any of this. And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. Like, I remember that, like, pulling them out and watching them pull them out, and like all the blood and them suctioning everything.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I got up. They're like, do you need help? I'm like, no, completely fine, guys. Like, completely know exactly what's happening. And went and paid. And my sister, she's like all excited to do the like, oh, Jessica, you fell asleep and now dinosaurs rule the earth and all of this stuff. And I'm like, sorry, Jada, like, completely fine. No.
Yeah, I wasn't like that. I hope Taylor's like that. Out of anybody, that would be the hope.
But so then I got home, and like my mom was there to make sure I was okay, and I like made her and my sister lunch. And then I don't know,
You made them lunch.
I made them lunch because they were at my house. And then sometime between getting them food and them eating, I fell asleep. And I did not wake up until the next day. And when I woke up, like, my entire face was covered in blood. My entire pillow was covered in blood.
Oh.
And yeah, all the drugs for a 300-pound man hit my 100-pound body. And it was from there on out was not as fun. But the drugs definitely did not kick in the office.
I try and find the photo of my teeth or cheeks when they got all puffed and everything. Should be somewhere around here.
Yeah, I remember.
But yeah, Taylor,
I was just gonna say, I remember when I was leaving. I guess they like gave me my teeth. Did you guys get your teeth?
Yeah, I still have
them. So they gave them to me, and then I guess when I was just all like woozy, I like put them in my pocket, in my sweater. And I remember like probably like 8 months later, I like was putting on my sweater. I was probably going out to a hockey game or something, and then I was just like sitting there, reaching in my pocket. I'm like, what the hell is this? Because it wasn't like labeled or anything. It was just this little like, paper bag. Yeah, I opened it up. There's like these gross, huge looking teeth. I'm like, holy shit! This is like a horror movie. There's like a serial killer after me.
It's like the Halloween scene where he's dropping the teeth over the bathroom.
I could have done that to someone. I could have went to the bathroom. But yeah, I totally forgot I put them in my sweater. It was hilarious. It was a funny realization of what they were. Yeah, look at those things.
Look at those chonks.
That would scare the shit out of someone on the crapper.
just could you like imagine like if you just under the stall, just here's a handful. Or if they're like asking for toilet paper and you put some toilet paper on top of it and then they grab it and it's just like
Oh, please do that.
So here's mine. So this is oh fuck. This is me after, and this is why I had to start taking the T4s. Look how puffed up I got.
You should have like opened your mouth so it looked like one of those like.
Oh, this is what happened when I opened my mouth, and this is what you could get ready for. You never know what might happen.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. Yeah. No, I remember that.
Yeah, it was quite the situation. When did you get yours out, Travis?
It was 2011 because I remember the job that I got left homeless for in the Yukon. I had to come back specifically for two things. I had to come back to graduate, and I had to come back to get the wisdom teeth done, which is a good thing because that was my excuse for going back. So it was 2011, but so it was. I was on the road with these guys, and I already felt something shady was going on. And then the guy got arrested, and that's when I was like homeless for a weekend in the Yukon, having to hang out, hitchhike my way back, and everything like that. But then before that, it was like, yeah, we're gonna stay a stretch out. So then when I hooked up back with him when one of them got out of prison, he's like, yeah, or just jail being held. He's like, yeah, we'll drive back to Kelowna. So went back with them and everything like that. And like, yeah, I can't wait to get on the road. But it was already booked that I was, because other guys were gonna be there for months and stuff. So it already was booked that I was gonna be going back to Kelowna for this. And thank goodness I had to get my wisdom teeth done, because I could maybe be dead in the Yukon after what happened out there. Like, it was such a fucking shit show. But yeah, it was right after graduation, so 2011.
Wow, I feel like I didn't know anything about this. Travis,
You don't
is
know
some
about the
sort
story?
of. I feel like I might have heard you got left homeless somewhere in the Yukon.
So yeah, I'll tell the story, because if after 9 people don't know. So yeah, so after high school, I just started doing. I graduated high school early, halfway through the year. I got all my credits right. I'm like, fuck this, I'm getting out of here. I hate high school. So then I left. I went. I came back for grad, and that was just the ceremony. That was it. I think like the grad party, I was like, I'm going to watch Green Lantern. That was still a mistake. Not because I even wanted to go to the Green Party, just the fact that I had to go see fucking Green Lantern. I'm sitting there like, this fucking sucks. But anyway, so I'm doing landscaping, making a bunch of money and stuff because I'm young. So I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm buying all these suits and everything. And then when I go out there, like the crew, we started with a big crew, and like slowly but surely, people are dropping and not around, like almost like a horror movie, but they're just not coming back. And then like I didn't get paid one check, and it was weird because I got paid before, and they're like, oh, there's just a mix up, blah blah blah. And I told my dad, and he's like, yeah, that's not right though. Like legally they gotta pay you. Like it doesn't matter what they say. And I'm like, oh, like I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. But I was out there, and then it was like 4 weeks had gone by, and then I didn't get the second paycheck either. And then I was like, oh, and then that's when I was like, okay, now I'm starting to really worry and everything like that. And we were like literally living in like a trailer home, or not a trailer home, but like what would be a camping trailer or whatnot, like to get to jobs. And yeah, they're in the Yukon and stuff. It fucking was awful. It was like whatever town. It was some small town in the Yukon. There was like a population of 200, and it was like there's one restaurant we ate at every day for free and stuff, and it just sucked. But then, like I said, just stuff started to see, like, what, like, this is how weird the job got. There was one guy that was with us with the job. He had a falling out, and he was like my age. He then just started shacking with some girl, and then he just started living with her in the Yukon, and he didn't want to go back to this job. So all this stuff is happening, and I go down the work site. I'm supposed to be doing some work, so I'm working. And then when I come back for my lunch, all I see is just like 3 cop cars there at the trailer. And then so I'm there, and the guy, my boss, and this is the thing, a bunch of people went back to Kelowna to get supplies. So it was just me and the boss left there. And he's in the cop car in the back, and they take him away, and they're like, we're gonna have to take you down for some questioning. So I go down there, and I can't remember, I'm 16 going on 17 maybe in graduation. Yeah, so they asked me all these questions, and it was one of those moments of like, because I was so young, like it all made sense when they're asking me of like, oh, last time you were over, like, did it seem like everything was missing out of their house? And I was like, yeah, it was. Like they started asking all these questions where like I had already seen signs, but there's so much more signs. I was like, oh shit, I should have saw. And then so I'm like, well, and this time I didn't have a phone. I didn't get a phone till 2013 because of Emily. I was like, well, I don't have a phone. After they ask me questions, they're like, hey, this guy's not involved. I'm like, well, I don't have a phone. I don't really have much money out here because I haven't been paid. What do you suggest I do? And my cop was like, well, you could easily hitch. Like lots of people hitch around here and everything like that. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And then so I go back. I have no keys to this trailer. I'm just outside. I go to the restaurant we've been going to, and I'm like, hey, is there any place I could stay? And they're like, well, we don't know. Like if you do some work for us, you could stay with us and everything like that. Like if you're like washing dishes and stuff, but they're like, we're pretty already staffed. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, I'm a fucking 16-year-old kid. I got nowhere to go. And they're like, yeah, we might have room for you to hang us. I'm like, okay. So then I just end up sleeping outside behind this restaurant here. And then weeks ago, they were like, said, don't sleep outside ever. Be outside past 9 because the bears. So here I am fucking sleeping out there, like, like just hoping God nothing happens. And then I started hitchhike to a bigger city. And then eventually the second boss coming from Kelowna linked up for me because I wasn't contact with him. I was trying to get enough money to like fucking get a helicopter out of there. I was trying to get Wi-Fi so my dad could transfer me some money. It was some of the worst time ever. And then later on, once it was all said and done, they owed me $5,500. I didn't get it for years, but funny enough, 2 weeks before we got Heisenberg, I got that, and that paid for Heisenberg. So it all worked out in the end. But I didn't get the money till because we got Heisenberg I think around 2013, and it was a while. I had to like do like the whole like union thing and like send a bunch of documents and pay stubs.
Okay.
That's why text, emails, you keep it all because I kept every single pay stub, every single thing. Because the other thing that I was pissed about too is we got paid for travel time, and driving from here to the Yukon was a fucking load of time. So I was like, if I'm not gonna get paid for that, I'm gonna be pissed. And yeah, and then I would just lie and be like, oh yeah, you coming back? I'm like, oh yeah, just give me a couple days, and I never came back. And then they just stopped answering once I asked for my money. I went to their place, they're completely moved and gone, and yeah. And then one time I saw the guy in Best Buy, and he just did a U-turn, and yeah, that was that. And then I found out the main boss I had like 5 different aliases. I guess I forgot to mention he got arrested because all the equipment, like we got these machines for digging stuff, all reported stolen. So I guess he rented them and just didn't bring them back to Kelowna or whatever it was. So just a bunch of machines, and yeah, it was.
Wow.
There's a what if situation of Travis dying behind that fucking restaurant in the Yukon, and kind of this, I'm not here.
Maybe we'll run into him someday. It'll be like an inverted situation, like Tenet.
Like the what if, yeah. Well, he's dead, so I don't think I'll be running into him at all. I'll just see his gravestone, you know.
Maybe you'll be in Yukon. You'll see some guy behind a restaurant. You'll look a little familiar.
And it sucked because like there, like the population there was, it was like at least 80% dudes, and like all the women there, like the one guy that happened to find this girl to shack up with, which I wouldn't have chosen either way, but like was like one of the only single females there. Everyone else was just married and had kids, and it was just.
Is this where Briggs ran off to? Should we warn him?
Yeah, I told him it was a great spot for him.
So many women up there, no bears.
Lots of bears. You like the bears. But... Yeah, and that was my story of getting the teeth out. And then like I said, that got me back to Kelowna because they thought I was coming back. So like, okay,
right.
We'll meet you this week. Like, oh yeah, and then
I might have saved your life.
Oh, it honestly would have, because I said I'll come back out there, which I wasn't. I was just like, I'll come back out there if I get my money. And then that's
right.
whenever you start asking for money, that's when it was like, oh, I don't know. And yeah, it was. Yeah,
wow.
It was, and like luckily I didn't have as much as a bad situation because the other younger guy, I guess the main boss, was like hitting on him and doing like all these things and everything like that. Like, so I don't know if you guys watched this, ever seen this movie The Reader. It's about Kate Winslet where she hooks up with this really young guy, and I guess he just kept watching it over and over in the trailer with this guy. I had none of that. I had always just put in my headphones, read it constantly myself, but he said like, yeah, I was on a ladder one time and he walked by and like grabbed my thigh. Like, luckily I was always with the other boss, but yeah, apparently that also, because the cops were like, has he ever like touched you or anything? I was like, as a 6-year-old kid, I didn't see it. I was like, what the fuck am I in? Like, what is happening? Stolen stuff? Like, this, like, it was crazy. It was fucking, and then I ended up at Best Buy, and the rest is history.
No kidding. There you go. That is, thanks for telling that tale.
Anyway, to transition back, I got my teeth out 2 years ago.
Oh, there you go.
2 years ago? Oh, yeah. I got mine out in grade 11.
Did you know that a lot of...
So that was like last year?
Something like that.
You know, a lot of, like, I believe the dentist told me a lot of children are being born without their wisdom teeth now. It's like an interesting form of evolution, I want to call it, because primarily wisdom teeth start to pop in when you start to age, right? So when your front teeth, if let's say back in caveman days, your front teeth all rot away and everything, then you got your wisdoms coming in to fill the gap and to act as like your source of like chewing food and everything when you get a little bit older. So now we don't have any need for wisdom teeth anymore, so kids are being born without them.
Weren't wisdom teeth not for that? Weren't they for like chewing meat?
I don't know. I chew my meat with my front teeth, so.
What the fuck's wrong with you? So you're literally taking a steak and you're like.
Well, I'll bite in with that, and then I chew with just like my side teeth. But the wisdom teeth that grow in like later. Yeah, your molars. Your wisdom teeth grow in later, right? So presumably, if you don't brush your teeth and you're a caveman, when you hit the time that your wisdom teeth grow in, your front teeth are probably all rotten and gone and fallen out.
I also feel like you're dead by that point, though. If you're a caveman, like life expectancy was probably like 19 years.
19 years. So your main teeth fall out when you're like 10, 12 years old, and then the wisdoms do ya.
That's like baby teeth, right? And then I feel like they wouldn't live long enough to have the wisdoms.
Well, yeah, you're covered because you got your baby teeth that last you till you're like 12, and then you have your main teeth that last you till at least you're like 15, and then your wisdoms last you till the end of your life, which is another 3 years.
Do you think we'll start seeing kids born without appendixes since we don't need appendixes anymore?
I don't know about the appendix. I just know about the wisdom teeth, but
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Like,
You're no expert on appendices.
no, nor tonsils. I don't know about that whole thing, but kids are becoming
your
like
tonsils?
superheroes now. They're being born with like they're evolving.
They are. They're all gonna be gray little aliens someday.
Gray little aliens.
Genderless gray little aliens.
I did send in the column link. I thought I did that earlier. I just didn't hit publish. So there you go, people. So it's there for anyone that wants to join. But
Have we been checking the chat, by the way?
No one's in the chat. It's not like the Wandavision one where people are asking us all this shit. We didn't even
2 a.m. It's like popping off like crazy.
Yeah, everyone that was in that chat, I screenshot. We'll pre-record Taylor all drugged up answering questions. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So what's your game plan? Obviously, is Madison off that day or what?
Yeah, I told her to take it off. So what's going down is my dad's gonna drive me to and from the session, and I'm getting my drugs in advance, so my T3s and all that.
Nice. You can break them in.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my pockets completely empty.
He takes the T3s before.
He leaves me.
I'm ready, guys.
So I'm going to not have anything in my pockets. I don't want to like take a chance. I'm just gonna go up because I don't want
to butterfly knife or something. Like,
well,
what would you have in your pocket?
I don't want to like drop anything. I don't want my wallet to fall out. I just don't want any mistakes.
Enough.
So I don't want to lose my phone. So I'm gonna.
Your dad just pickpockets you. Oh, I didn't see your wallet.
So I'll be there at like 7 in the morning, and I guess it only takes like 20 minutes, half an hour. They say it's really quick. They showed me my X-rays. They said that your teeth are pretty far out and grown in pretty nicely, so they won't take long to get them yanked, which is good. No complications, but. After that, I'll just be at home, and Madison said she's gonna like film me and stuff, and I'm trying to.
She's gonna what?
She's gonna film me.
Oh, film you.
Film
Okay.
me.
She said fill you. I'm like, I don't even know what you guys are doing. I don't know what you guys are doing for International's Women Day.
I am wondering though what I should have like get her to like binge for me to just to like watch or something.
When's the last time you did Lord of the Rings? Lord of the Rings is a prime.
I did Lord of the Rings in theaters when it was out like 3 months ago. So
you guys didn't finish Harry Potter, did you? You could finish Harry Potter.
That's true. I just got to finish the last 2 movies though.
What about just a bunch of porn? Making Madison watch porn with a drugged up Taylor, and he's just sitting there. This is great.
I don't know
just
what
like
I'm gonna do.
Into it, just like just staring at it, just like he's watching a Nolan film.
You should watch Cobra Kai, and then on the next After 9, you can give Carl your high recap.
Yeah.
Well,
what you remember.
That's not bad. I gotta make a count though, because like I know what I'm like when I'm drunk, but like drug wise, like this is like next level. And I guess they put even fentanyl inside some of these drugs too, which I just learned, which I don't feel good about. Again, I wanted to just be awake and iced, but the dentist's like, yeah, we put fentanyl in there. It's a very moderate like dose. It's all fine. And I'm thinking, that's not fine. People die from that. I don't want it, period.
Well,
I mean, you could be like me, where you expect that you're going to have all of these things happen when really you just are completely fine and then pass out of nowhere. And then it's not exciting at all.
I would totally like to just be like just sit there and be like, obviously I'm doing the unconscious route like they did for you, where you're just like lucid consciousness or something like that, and you can still kind of communicate and respond very, not very like on point with them, but you can still, I guess, interpret it to a degree. But I'd rather just kind of like you guys wake up after and feel okay, and here we go, Taylor's on deck.
Well, fuck off, Taylor. We have a guest. Hansy's joining us, and because you got to resign,
he's like stressed out.
I get stressed out.
And we gotta appreciate Hansy's shirt.
Oh, right.
Oh, very nice.
I swear it didn't come
awesome.
in like the day after we did either Scott program or the last After 9, because they were grilling me like, did you order it, Travis? And I swear, because I got an email, it was delivered. And then I'd worried because I talked to you a few days later and you didn't say anything. I was like, oh shit, I hope it's like the right address, or there's some fucking random person like, oh, what's this shirt?
Yeah, I think it came after the last one, but I put it in the Discord that it came.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go.
So, yeah.
Taylor, you all right there?
Yeah, I'm good. I know I mean it disrespect. I'm just like I'm on call duty.
God, this and then now the Scott Pilgrim track where your audio gear crashed, Taylor. Like you're just showing all the disrespect to Hansy.
Yeah,
Taylor.
come on, Taylor.
Hansy, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. I'm
Mhm.
excited to be here.
Well,
I'm excited to talk WandaVision.
Yes. We'll do that in a little bit. We'll see if Carl and Clay join because I know they want to talk.
Yeah.
But because I wanted to
Yeah.
ask you first, what's your history with wisdom teeth? If you've been listening in, if you
Yeah.
haven't, we've been talking about wisdom teeth and getting pulled. Have they been pulled, and if so, what was the scenario if you're an asshole?
Yeah, I have a weird kind of experience because in like junior high, I had braces and they like really had to do all kinds of stuff with my braces. And so they wanted to take some of my like regular molars out and then they were just gonna let my wisdom teeth grow in and let me keep my wisdom teeth. Like, so I was like, okay, so I had a surgery to get my molars out. And that was pretty normal, nothing
Mhm.
strange. And then like 5 years later, they're like, no, your wisdom teeth are growing in all weird now. So you have to get those out too. I'm like, I thought I solved this problem with the first surgery. So I had to get them out again. I don't remember doing anything weird. I know people take videos of them acting all crazy, but I don't feel like that happened. I just kind of slept all day. So nothing too exciting. But now I just have like empty space because they took my molars out and my wisdom teeth out. So I'm just like missing a molar in the back.
In a couple of years, they're gonna be like, Answer, we need those front teeth. There's something going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Just
All kinds
slowly
of weird teeth
taking them
stuff
all.
with me. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I should have got braces. I didn't because I was already like a really chubby, not great looking person. So I put off braces big time, and they're not awful teeth, but like I definitely could have. I could have used the help, but I do regret it.
Hang on,
but-
I got a question. So, Jessica, did they ever tell you that you needed braces?
No, so I was told like I had perfect teeth growing up,
Oh,
and
hard
then
flex.
yeah, good for you. Fuck.
well, okay, but
It's on
so
a
then,
resume. Had perfect teeth growing up.
well, it did backfire on me though because I asked my dentist at the time. I was like, "Hey, my wisdom teeth are all growing in. Can we get them? Can I get them removed?" And they're like, "Oh, you have enough room. We don't have to worry about it." And then, cut to many years later, I didn't have enough room. All my teeth got pushed forward, and then I had to pay thousands of dollars to get Invisalign to get them all fixed. So,
Ugh.
and this was during my adult years. So I had to like actually go to work and see students and employers and coworkers with. So, high school at least, life already sucks in high school. Kind of would prefer to have just dealt with it then.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kirklin, did you ever get told that you needed braces? Because I asked this because
No.
I feel like, oh, geez, well, my theory's flawed. I feel like the dentists tell everyone they need braces.
Well, no. So funny situation with me.
You and your conspiracy theories.
So when I was young, my dad dropped me on a coffee table, and it kind of knocked out my baby teeth. So I had like no 4 front teeth for like a good chunk of my I'm not gonna say a good chunk of my life, a good
That's
chunk
why
of my
he has a
youth.
small mouth. Remember, he can't eat big food. We talked about this on our year anniversary cast. He can't eat big food.
I don't know if that's a solid theory, but it might be. No, so I had no teeth. So then when my adult teeth eventually came in, they just came in straight. Like there's no obstruction or anything, so they just came in nice. And then yeah, like Jessica, I had perfect teeth. Just still to this day, best smile, grad 2014. You can check my yearbook.
Did
Still
you
says
actually
it.
get that?
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
I
Oh.
won't. No, I'm not joking. I want proof next time.
Oh, I'll find it. Yes. 10 out of
Yeah,
10.
February. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pissed. I'm still bitter about it because like once I don't care much about high school, but I'm pretty pissed that I didn't get the funniest of my grad school. It was down to me and one of my best friends, and he got it. I'm still so fucking pissed because like. I'm sorry, Lane. You're a fucking one-trick pony with some of your jokes, and I love you, buddy. I know you're listening, but like he would just go to. He was all about like physical humor and doing like that sort of
Dane
like
Cook.
fucking what?
Dane Cook
No,
humor.
not even kind of, but more like fucking. I don't know, like the not even Three Stooges. Like he wasn't a fucking goof running around like bopping himself on the head or anything. Just like I felt my humor was more educated, more forward-thinking, more clever. But he went for like the really broad, just very funny stuff. So I'm
Oh,
always
he'd get
still
my
bad.
vote. I like that.
I know he would, but fuck off. Like, and I was so mad. Like I had one this wasn't for the yearbook, but and this was only in our class, but for grade, what was it? Shit. Oh, 8 and 9, I hosted an award show. We put together all this stuff, and we hosted a show like who's best athlete in the class, favorite moment of the school, everything like that. So like Golden Geeks, but I did it for my classroom. So that just shows I'm a fucking psychopath back then. And then so anyway, so I won funniest kid 2 years in a row. So when we get to high school, I'm like, I got this in the fucking bag. But no, I got second place, and I was pissed. It's like that's the one thing I had.
You're
It's just like-
overconfident.
So then you moved away to the Yukon.
That's
You're
probably
just
it.
sad.
I forgot about me. They probably forgot about me.
Did they like your jokes in the Yukon? You stick around there.
No, the bear wasn't a fan, but yeah, no, and like yeah, I say hated high school. I didn't like hate it in the sense of like I wasn't bullied. I just like I had like it sucked because of middle school. I had a friend that ended up on. I seemed like in every group. There was like I had a friend in the jocks, a friend in like the weirdos, a friend in the geeks, the friend in like the like I don't know, just like the kind of normal. I had a friend in the fucking smoke pit, which that sucks. When you don't smoke and you're just standing there like a loser, and everyone's smoking, you're like, yeah.
Like everyone had at least one friend that was in there.
oh yeah. So like that was the problem with me. Once in middle school, all those people were friends, and then they kind of dispersed, and they're all friendly. So like I always had to jump around groups. And I just never felt like there was one group that I was probably the closest with, but even then, like half of them like hated each other. So high school was weird for me. And then like I hated the people there in Rutland. Like I hated them so much. Hanson, you don't know, but like Rutland is like one of like the scummy places we live. It's not like terrible. It's not like Gotham, but it's like known for like it's like people just have shit attitudes and stuff like that. And I just was and like Rutland's always like I think the joke of Kelowna and whatnot as far as the school.
Hansi,
and everything.
what's like the joke area of your town? Like
Yeah, honestly, I mean.
Yeah, are you living in it? Is that what you don't want to say? It's okay.
No,
I am still living in Rutland.
So, I grew up in a city called Layton, which is like 20 minutes from where I'm living now, and yeah, it's I don't know, it's whatever. It's just like suburbs, and like Chili's and an Applebee's and a Target, like not anything special.
Applebee's is legit though. Don't knock it. I love those appetizers. I don't know though if it's like. So I used to eat there all the time, and then a couple years ago I went back and I was like, this is not what it used to be. I don't know if it's because I got older and like actually got taste buds, or if it's just something changed.
Applebee's? Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Where do you go to Applebee's, Travis?
So where in the states where I had I guess we still have. I just don't go.
You just
out there
said you used to go all the time. Like how long ago?
up in the Yukon.
I finished. You asked me. I'm starting to explain the story, and then like, hey, Travis, explain the story.
Sorry, I'm sorry. The floor is yours, sir.
If you would remember, I said you don't have to mute your. Kick him from the thing. No, we own a cabin in the States that's in a place called Bellingham. I don't know if Hansi knows where this is, but it's like there's Birch Bay, there's Bellingham. It's by Seattle, so you probably have no idea. But it's like right after our border. And in Seattle, that's where there's an Applebee's. So in Bellingham is like only like 45. Oh, see, he's done. 45 minutes drive from Seattle. So he's like, why am I telling the story?
I want to know, Travis. Tell me.
He's the one that asked the story, this prick. So
I want to know.
So yeah, I just used to go and eat there a lot because like honestly, every summer I used to be just living in the States for like the 2 to 3 months before school breaks, like some spring break, I'd go down there. So I'd be down in the States all the time. I had so many friends out there, everything like that. In this cabin, hopefully, I don't think any of my family plans on selling it. We still have it. We go out. I haven't gone out now, but that's why Kirklin, I used to eat there all the time. At any time in the summer, going to Applebee's. They had a great. They were kind of like Kelly O's. Do you know what Kelly O'Brien's is, Hansi?
It's a BC franchise, so
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, thanks for killing the fucking tension, Kirklin. I wanted to get the answer. Maybe she had heard. Maybe it's world famous. But no, they have we have
God
something.
Damn it, Travis.
We have something here that's like Kelly O's where it's like after 9, there's two. You can get 2 appetizers for 1. Isn't Applebee's like that? Don't they have something where it's like you can get?
Yeah, it's like a 2 for $20 thing. You get like 2 entrees and an appetizer for $20.
For
so,
$20.
That's why everyone goes there, but it's not that good.
It's not. I used to always get that one, the appetizer sampler that had like the quesadillas, the popcorn shrimp, like a bunch of stuff. And I'd eat it alone like a fucking loser.
Fat Travis days.
I still eat it. I've eaten so much crap today. Oh man, I've eaten a bag and a half of popcorn, movie theater popcorn.
Bag and a half?
Yeah, I can't stop.
That's so
It's-
Oh my
disgusting.
God.
Once I get it, it's too, and they like really butter it up. So like last night, my stomach was hurting, and then I had more at 10 a.m.
Just sitting
It
in
was
your
just,
boxers on the couch, just shoveling it in your mouth, like that.
I have children. I don't just sit around my fucking boxers.
Isn't that a dad thing? Don't dads just sit in their underwear or something like that?
No, and I'm not sitting around in a robe naked either. That's fucking 90s and 80s. I'm retiring that stuff. I got my Adidas on, and I got some sort of comic book fanboy attire on. I have like 3 pairs of Adidas. That's all I'm doing is Adidas, Adidas, Adidas. Like, it's the way to go. I'm always trying
You
to.
a brand loyalist? Adidas over Nike?
I actually have never worn a pair of Nike sweats, so it's not that. I think it's just I've
Ooh.
liked it. So maybe
I'm actually wearing Adidas right now. I was gonna defend Nike, but I realized I would have been lying. 'Cause
you should give me a pair of your Nikes and I'll try them on. I'll get back. to you.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Travis, I got a question
Uh,
for you.
Okay.
Where is this cabin? Like, is it like wooded in the States? Like in a very wooded area, like outside of the city limits?
The property we own, we have a wooden cabin, and then we have like a more, which people don't really stay in because it gets so fucking like cobwebby and stuff. People are scared to go in it. But then we have like a trailer right next to it where there's like a TV, there's like a stove, everything like that. So like
So-
there's the wood one, and then there's like a fireplace. I'm hoping once I'm older, and no offense, family, some people maybe die out that like are like you can't bring your friends up there. Once that happens, I can eventually bring people up there. But I tried many times, especially like 2011 Travis, I was trying to get into Mischief. Like I always wanted people out there because I thought that would have been so much fun. But no, I only got to have my States friends up there, which I liked my States friends. Don't get me wrong, but I always would. To me, the cabin always felt like the fake girlfriend, where I'd be like, "Yeah, I got a cabin in the States," and like, "Yeah, sure, whatever you do." But it's just like, so I wanted to show it off. So yeah, there's 2. There's the wooded one, and then there's like a trailer that's like a kind of more modern day one. They update that all the time.
How far out of town is it? If you're driving.
Like what do you mean compared to like what town?
Well, let's like, how close is it to the
Like
nearest town?
Kelowna?
No, how close is it to the nearest town?
He wants
Um,
to see if he can murder us there. Basically what he's asking.
I'd say there's a small town because it's a small area, like maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then there's like and then like I said, it's about 45 minutes away from Seattle.
Interesting. Okay.
Look at him. He's so freaky.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going with this. Like,
I'll tell
I
you
don't know if I should
someday.
be revealing this info either. Yeah,
It's good to know.
that's all I can. What about? So I want to talk about high school because we were talking about this, and I saw a tweet from you the other day, Hansi, that you said no one that graduated from your high school is cool but you. So I'm guessing you didn't enjoy your high school experience either.
High school was, yeah, very dumb. And it just, especially just around here, it's just
late.
kind of
Late.
terrible. And so I just feel like the year after I graduated high school, I just became a 100% different person.
Yeah.
And so I just look back on my high school years and cringe, even though while I was in high school, I enjoyed it because I was just like a nerdy theater kid. I was actually voted most likely to host SNL.
That's cool.
That is cool, yeah.
Is that still in the cards?
One day I will.
Yeah, you
So-
can get Season Sapphire up there.
There we go.
People host all the time now that are musicians, so they're
Yeah,
doing it.
for sure. For sure.
So,
Yeah.
Kirklin had Best Smile. You had most likely to host SNL.
Travis had
I-
second funniest
I
person.
runner up
don't
for
forget.
funniest. I didn't
Yeah.
fucking win no awards. I won the awards of my own award show I hosted, so there you go.
Did you have
Terrible.
anything in your yearbook, Taylor?
In my yearbook, I didn't win anything, but I mean, back in the day,
Shocker.
I definitely feel like I don't know, I just existed when I was in high school. Like I saw the chicks and I was like, you know what, I'm here, and I gotta look for people that I'm gonna like long-term friends with when I graduate. I'm not gonna like play around with the fuck around gang. This is like where I gotta scope things out. So
What does this all mean? Scoping. And when you said I looked at the chicks, what does that mean? I looked at the
no.
chicks.
I looked at
He had his
I
rat
looked at
tail.
I looked at the chicks
little
and
Padawan braid.
I could be like, okay, there's all these chicks and I feel like they're all so fake and they're playing the high school role. I'm like, I need like a genuine chick. And there are some girls that would like try and like bait me. And there's one girl. I had one. Sorry, I'm focusing and talking here. I had one lady, and it was just like it was so
Like,
awkward.
She was one of the fucking librarians or something. She was
No,
one of the
so
teachers.
Sounds old.
this chick, like, she just came out of the blue, and she had one like boyfriend. And I knew she was doing things. She was doing things that I wasn't ready for. I'm like, Taylor, like I'm not there. I'm like 14, 15 years old. This isn't for me. So, but
I only 69 on Saturdays, Karen.
she was doing things like I remember seeing her, like we were next to the school was next to these bushes. She came out of those bushes so many times. So, I remember I was I was I was on a field trip, and we were in like some old like vintage heritage home, and they had like the old classroom. I was sitting at a desk, and she just sits right next to me. I'm like, oh no, she wants to share the desk with me on this one chair, and she's trying to talk to me, and she asked me once. And I didn't say anything. I didn't know how to respond. And then she asked me again with a note. And I think a few other dudes saw it, which was really fucking not good. And she's like, hey, do you want to be my boyfriend? And I was like, I barely even know this chick, but I know the answer. So I went out in the hallway, and I told her right to her face, like, hey, I got to get to know you a little bit more. But probably not going to happen. And she just wrote me off after that. So again, she was just there's so many of those fake ladies. They're just like they want you, and I don't know.
Well, okay, I think there's a difference between a fake lady or the girl that wants you. I don't think she was fake. She was putting it out in front forward, I think that's also like a super, like, I feel like, I'll ask the ladies in second what the trope is, but because I say the same thing, I feel like every guy coming out of high school says the same thing about girls, like, oh, they're just so fake. But I think it's just because
there was a couple. Like there was one girl that I had a big a crush on at the time, and she was genuine, but she had no interest in me. Like grade 8 maybe, and then grade 9 hit, and it was like, no, there's all these cool dudes.
Peak in grade 8.
I
peaked
in grade 11.
Are you confusing the word fake for tease?
No, because the girl, like, some of these fakers were teasing. Like that one girl, like I said, she had the string with the carrot at the end, and the other end was going into the bushes out the back of the school. So,
I think she wasn't fake, but I don't know what to touch about to this story.
I feel like that was like so off topic, off of me just asking if you got placed in your yearbook for anything, for best smile or something. Like, how did we get here?
Yeah, I don't.
What did that
like
girl
a
in the
dream. I don't
bushes
know how
win?
we got here.
What did the girl in the bushes win?
I don't think she won anything. I hope she didn't sign my yearbook. Oh God, I hope she didn't sign it.
Oh man,
What would be so bad about that? Like seriously.
Wanna fuck and then just date. Clay, how you doing? And
welcome.
welcome. And you just walked into just a random conversation about high school. How was your high school and how are you doing?
High school was great, but I'm also glad it's over.
I knew
happy
Clay
to
has
be
too
here.
good of a smile for high school not to go bad for him. I just knew that, like, oh, you loved high school.
High school was a good time. I'm trying to think. I mean, a little bit of what Taylor said sounds code for he was just struggling, right? Maybe it was the other way around with you pulling the girl into the bushes, big bushes guy.
From Taylor's perspective, he really laid it out like he was a ladies, like just a lady killer.
Oh, he was
just beating them back with a bat.
He was turning them down left, right, and center.
He's taking them in the hall too to do it to their face. It's very gentlemanlike.
Yeah, no, I didn't have that. I got that. High school was like the friend zone city for me because every time I'd always get, and I knew it was over for me when they just said that you're so funny, Travis, and I went, oh no, they just view me as funny, and then I always got that because I was just like kind of a chunky kid, so I got like the Chris Farley thing going on, and just like when that happened, and I remember like the biggest thing that crushed me, Josh Buchhocker, you motherfucker, is, and he's still a kind
What's
of
his
a
last
friend.
name?
Josh Buchhocker, do you know him?
Oh no, I thought you said something else.
Oh, he said something else. Yeah.
So there's this one girl that I thought luckily had kissed her, all this stuff. I thought it was going the direction of a girlfriend. Like, I got this locked down. Here we go. It's going good. And then like this gone through the school, and then one weekend just everything changed. I remember coming back on the Monday, I'm late for school. I haven't done my homework, so I'm trying to like do it right before class, of course. That was a reoccurring thing. And then he walks me, he's like, Jazz, how's it going? I'm like, oh, it's going good, Josh. He's like, so I heard you like Cassie. And I should have name dropped that, but it's like we also all had our parent girlfriends, so this whole thing. But I will know where she's watching. Me, Cassie, and her friend Cole, we had the world's greatest food fight at one point at her place. It was one of the funnest moments of my life. We just destroyed her entire house, but it was kind of worth it. We helped clean up after. But like, so you like her? I'm like, yeah, kinda. And he's like, well, guess what? She's my girlfriend now. And he just walked away, and I was just like, motherfucker.
You do like an evil Wario laugh, like when he walked away. Because that's what I'm picturing.
Luckily, I no-sold it. Inside, I was hurt, but I reached over, I touched my shoulder, and I said, good for you, Josh, and I walked away. But inside, it fucking killed me. Because I was like, I thought this was going to be like first serious girlfriend. Yeah. Really liked her. She was considered one of the popular chicks. And then I was like, oh, I got this in the bag. Chunky Travis is going to be the talk of town.
Was that a night of like sad music and Ben and Jerry's?
Like Hulk walked away sad in that old show. Oh, yeah. And that like, I think some of that stuff like definitely caused the trajectory that I went after high school as far as dating everything and certain girls and certain decisions. Taylor, hand up.
So I got actually, I like where this trajectory is going because I have another story I want to talk about. But I have a question for you, Travis. So you say like these girls are all like, oh, you're so funny, Travis. Isn't that what you're going for? You want to be voted most funniest guy? So
couldn't even get
right. I'm in a rock and a hard place. But there's just a difference because you can just tell in their voice when it just says you're so funny, because then if you get placed as the fun, which eventually I just had to accept it because it was like, fuck, I hate you all, you hate me, it's fine. There was no hate. It's all, being over, like I'm being embellishing the story. But like, I think once you're just funny, then you don't get looked at as anything else. You don't get looked at as hot or sexy or charming. You're just the funny guy. And I think that's a really hard, like for me, that was the thing where, and this sounds bad, but after high school, I definitely did the more like, I'm an asshole and I will like, not return your text for a few days. And then eventually I was like, okay, you're just being a jerk and everything. But like, because being nice and funny didn't really work for me in high school. And then when I did the other thing, it also helped that I lost all my weight after high school. So I probably didn't even have to be a jerk. I probably could have just like been self-confident. But being nice and funny really didn't get me anywhere. I always felt like you were the funny guy. And then it's just like, that's it. No one wants to have sex while they're laughing. They do to a point, but not right off the bat. Like, that's not what you're there for. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I would get put in a box, and the box was like, yeah, invite him to stuff. That he's a real funny guy, but when it comes to dating, nah. Like, he's our friend and stuff like that. So it was like, yeah, that the funny guy. But now it's fine. That's fine. And no past trauma or anything.
So yeah, these topics remind me of the story because I just feel like the whole dating thing. This is a good topic. After
liking it.
I do like it. I like.
Taylor's gonna host a spin-off show on our channel.
I should. I like reminiscing about this.
What is that show back in the day? They had the old lady who was like the sex expert. She'd take calls and everything. I want that show with Taylor. That people call in and give relationship advice.
I'll give good advice and feedback. So I realized like I need to get like onto the dating game after high school. So I was like super quiet kind of guy and very upfront, but at the same time I thought, okay, I need to put myself out there. I need to find what's hiding out there. So I went into the online dating scene, and I remember I was doing.
Hiding out there, yeah.
It's out there in the great.
Why are they hiding? Yeah.
Guy in high school. Why are they hiding?
So I was doing all these dates, and there was this one lady, and it was so odd because there was this one very interesting woman, and she was clearly coming from an experienced background. Woman. And she kept like reaching out to me. She'd reach out to me like once every week, like, "Hey, want to get together this weekend?" I'd be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And she wouldn't respond. And then next week, "Hey, let's get together this weekend." And the same thing happened for like a couple months. And meanwhile, so I'm talking to these other girls. There's this one other girl I was talking to, and it seemed like it was good. It was going good, like playing video games and stuff. And then she's like, "Yeah, I'm back with my boyfriend, but we should totally all get together." I'm like, "Ooh, I'm not going for that." I got more stories, but I'm gonna leave it on a high note with that.
Well, no, you can't do. What do you mean more? No. You can't do that. I got more stories and leave it on a high note.
Okay.
What are because these stories are the low note ones, right?
I feel like that was on you, Taylor. Like the order of those stories. You should have told us the other stories first. If you wanted to end on a high note, you don't lead with your best story.
There was one lady. I drove 2 hours to her house. And then I drove her back to the city, which is 2 hours back where I lived. And it was starting to storm out, and like she was very nice. She was completely different from what I thought she was online. And again, I mean this in a nice way.
Shock.
She was a very nice lady. But again, when I said the first like funny joke, and she was like, oh, like full on, like super manly laugh, I was like, oh no, is this happening? And that's at the beginning of the date, and I was just thinking, she's so nice, but like I can't do this. And,
Oh wow.
Cause her laugh.
Shallow Hal Taylor.
Yeah,
no,
what is
she
it?
she was really nice, but the laugh just was like, again, it's all forms of attraction. Like I believe like she's very nice on the inside. I was attracted to her on the inside, but there's just that one thing like the laugh, and it's just like I don't know. And she was very much like, she was very forward with some things. She's like, "Oh, you want to come inside?" And then she was like, afterwards, she's like, "Oh, I really wanted to hold your hand at the mall, but I didn't." I was like, "Oh, that's okay." Like, I told her straight up, "I don't mind getting to know you a little bit more." And then she ghosted me, completely shut me out. So I put it out there. I was willing to talk and like go along that road, but she shut me down.
It sounds like these ladies just really wanted to fuck you, Taylor, and you're like, no, let's be friends, and that's why they ghosted you. Like you could have some ass going on, and you're just like, no. Yeah, yeah. I can't offer
You don't
too
want a
much.
woman to invite you inside.
I'm gonna back Taylor on the laugh thing though. I had a guy we dated for 3 months and I broke up with him because I couldn't get over his laugh.
What was
I
it
was
like?
embarrassed in public.
Crazy.
What was it like?
It was just he was super loud. Like the first laugh was always so loud. Like if we were in public, people would turn and look at us.
Ooh.
And yeah, it was just I couldn't. And if we were so I lived with my parents at the time, and like my parents could hear it upstairs if we were hanging out in the basement, and it was just like I can't do it. I can't live my life like this on edge for the first laugh.
Did you say that was the reason, or did you like sugarcoat it and make it all nice?
Your laugh fucking sucks, bro. Change it.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I lied.
See, there's a Family Guy skit on that too.
I would have done the same.
There's a Family Guy skit where Peter's like dating like a hot chick with like a manly laugh, and he's like says something and she does her manly laugh. So it's definitely a thing out there. This is definitely a thing.
Oh, I'm sure you're not the only ones. Yeah.
I wish, like, I never, like, I don't know, I never had any things like that where a little thing I break with somebody, or like, I remember, like, my big stuff was like, hey, we're supposed to go on the date, no response the next day, sorry, I just did some meth last night, that's why I couldn't make it out last night. Oh yeah. And Travis 2011 gave her a second chance. How funny is that? I was like, oh, this is normal. And I was like, no, this is definitely not. I didn't think it was normal, but it's just like, whatever. We'll figure it out. So I think the worst, I don't have a situation. I think the worst date that I ever went on was, so this girl I was interested in, and then talking about the date and everything. And then we go there, and then when I get there, her sister's there. So she decided to have her sister at the date with us, and it fucking sucked. It was like the dynamic shifted. You could it was just weird. I don't know why she was there, because we hung out after everything, but it just was that. Plus, it cost me an extra $15 because, of course, I paid for the sister. You got to be a gentleman. But it was just like, Kirklin, yeah, you gotta. Yeah,
I mean, I've never been in that situation, so it's tough to judge, especially at that age. I feel like, okay, yeah, maybe I probably would have done that.
I would,
but looking back, it's kind of a simp move in my eyes.
Hey, it paid off in the end. I was 19, but I just didn't know what to do in that situation, and I was kind of pissed the whole time, and I felt so awkward and everything like that, and it was just weird, and because it's I wanted to hang out with you and not your friend, but like I said, I've told people off this cast, but that led to the move. I didn't get to use the move that much because after this, I kind of met Emily. Is my move I was going to use all the time was I met her at Kelly O'Brien's Hansi. Shout out to Kelly O'Brien's we were talking about earlier. She was across the way. We talked for a little bit, and then as I was leaving Kelly O'Brien's, I paid for her meal and left my number on her receipt. That, gentlemen, if you're single out there, you're at least for sure gonna text back a thank you, and you can strike up a conversation. So if anyone's single out there,
there
you go. Is that what you did for Emily?
Travis.
What? No, Emily, we just met, and then we just kept talking, because me and Emily knew each other a year before we even started dating, and then we just started going to the casinos together and whatnot, and then things led to another. Skyfall happened and stuff like that, and good stuff.
Skyfall. It's a romantic movie.
That's when I was like, I'm making the move. So it's so funny. That's when I told my friends I'm making the move, and she told her friends she was gonna friend zone me. I'll have to have her on one.
So I've never heard that story.
Oh yeah, maybe for February I'll try and get her on. We'll get someone to watch the kids. But no, I was too young for her, because there was a 3-4 years. So
Was that your Wolverine hairstyle, like era? Like, were you rocking the Wolverine hair?
no, that was after, but I still can't
Oh,
believe
okay.
it stuck with me with it. I even looked back. That was such a mistake. I used to style my hair the same way Hugh Jackman did as Wolverine, like in person all the time, and go in public, and it was awful. I don't know why I did it, but I did it. She stuck with me, but
No, that's awesome.
I'll find a picture tonight, and it looked awful. But yeah, she was gonna friend zone me, but then I knew when she said she wanted me to come look at some art in her room, like, oh, I got this. No
You
one's
know.
inviting me to go look at art in your room for just no reason. So, and she's like, no, I just now now the revision history is, oh, I just want to actually show you, but that's bullshit. You're not inviting people anyway to show art in your room or anything like that. So, Kirklin, you had
Jessica,
your hand
I'm
first.
going first. Thank
Yeah.
you. So getting back to your date with your
The sisters,
female
yeah.
friend and the sister, what was the sister doing? Was she really engaged in the conversation, or was she on her phone the whole time? I feel like both
No,
are pretty
she-
bad.
She was an actor, so it was weird. Like we would talk, me and the girl, and then every once in a while she would come in, and then we kind of have a three-way conversation, and then everything like that. So I think sometimes she'd sit back, and then sometimes she'd be talking. The worst is when they were talking about stuff I couldn't. Like, oh, did you talk to Uncle Bob last night? That's like, I can't talk about Uncle
yeah,
Bob.
that's
I
strange.
got no game. Like, I got no game here. And then like, yeah, it was just like,
Yeah.
luckily it didn't work out. She was a party animal, that one. It was crazy. But Jessica, hand up.
So I'm gonna combine three topics here, and I'm gonna start by talking about high school. This is like way going back, but I managed to find a picture. So that was me in high school, and you can imagine how I was treated because
That doesn't surprise me though. Not the way you're treated. Just like no.
Wow.
No,
Shade.
no. I meant like I could tell you were kind of the more like emo anime chick. Like even when we met at Target, your hair was like multiple colors and stuff like that. So I could have a feeling there.
Yeah, so my head, my hair covered my eyes, and I had like the raccoon tails like popping out. The back of my head was shaved, and then, but this is gonna kind of combine the bad like dating thing. My boyfriend through high school, we dated for 3 years. He also was emo. His hair covered his eyes, and every day for the entire 4 years of high school, he wore a hoodie that said "free hugs." Every day, without fail. No one saw him in anything else. And so for years after high school, because I was the quiet emo kid that no one knew, I'd be like, oh, we went to school together. We had this class together. They're like, I have no idea who you are. I'm like, I'm the girl that dated Free Hugs Boy. And they're like,
Oh,
oh,
no.
you're the emo chick that dated Free Hugs Boy.
No.
That
Free
was my
Hugs
high school
Boy.
reputation.
Got labeled.
Yeah, the chick that dated Free Hugs Boy. That was my entire high school legacy. So I had nothing in my yearbook about me except for my single picture with my name under it.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah.
Good deal.
Did anyone have like? I remember one of the biggest moments too in the yearbook. I'm going to your question in a second, Ted. But like trying to get the crush to sign your yearbook. Oh man, that was nerve wracking as could be. And it was just you're just
especially when they're
what are they gonna-
surrounded by like a pool of sharks with all of her friends and everything. Oh,
Yeah.
you got to man up. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Smell
was.
some smelling salts. Get up the courage. Just get like adrenaline going.
I've told this story I think on cast before, but yeah, mine was. Well, I'm not gonna say the name, but mine was one great night, and then the whole crush. And I remember like I got the signature, and it was something about keep being funny, funky white boy, and I was like, oh, I got it. This is personable. She knows I'm funny and stuff like that. And then she actually was the reason I lost all the weight. Like I bought a treadmill, started dieting. And then I remember grade 10 was still a thing, but grade 11, I was like, okay, after the summer, I'm going to come back. I'm going to ask her out. I'm jacked. Here we go. And then I come back and she's dating some fucking loser. Just super ass. Like, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm being that guy. But like, just like this guy. And they were together the whole time and everything like that. So like, luckily it worked out, but it was like, that was my whole goal. Like after the summer, when I get back, I'm going to ask this girl out. I'm making the move. Here we go. Enough like pussyfooting around. And then nothing ever happened because of that. But I did tell her story later on. We had a good laugh about it, but it was just so... Yeah, it was quite annoying. Taylor.
I have another story to counter your meth story because I just thought that was such an interesting story. So
we were supposed to get an ice cream date. It didn't happen.
I there's this one lady. She was great at the time. Like we talked, and our first date happened, and it was great. We were there till like past the closing hour for the restaurant. It was fantastic, and it was so good. We were gaming, we were playing Call of Duty Zombies together. It was just hoot in a hat. And then afterwards, like
hoot in a hat.
So afterwards, I finally reached out. I was like, hey, so we're going that next day. She's like, I'm sorry. just hanging out all this so much with you. I slept with my ex-boyfriend. I was like, no. So, what did I do? I gave her a second chance and I took her to the movies. I took her to Target and showed her, like, before I transferred this Target, I took her to Target and showed her, like, my friends are like seeing her, like, yeah, there you go, Taylor, like, on a date. Like, I took her to the movies. Like, just as friends though. We'll just be friends right now. And that was not good on my part.
I like that. She dated you and realized she had to go back to her ex for some reason.
That's not good.
That's the worst.
She just wanted to compare. Come on now. She had 2 samples.
Yeah. Jessica, you had your hand up?
Yeah, so this one isn't quite as bad as that, but I had a crush in middle school, and I liked him a whole bunch, and I brought him this teddy bear, and like from home, and I was like, here, like, gave it to him, and then just kind of left because it was middle school. He came the next day. He had freaking cut off its head and ripped up its body, and he threw the bear and all the stuffing on me and told me to, like, fuck off. So needless to say, it turns out he didn't like me back.
Do you know who he is? Fucking find
wow.
this kid.
Oh, wow.
Mess with one of us, he messes with all of us. What a fucking monster.
Who are you talking about, Taylor?
The fucking guy that did this abomination to Jessica. That's
Taylor
horrible.
wants us to go like gang up on this guy.
Get some toilet paper his house.
So I haven't found the haircut of Wolverine, but I have found this great picture of Kyle when he got an awful fade from the barber.
Oh no, Kyle! No.
Is that why he went to Australia? The real reason?
I'm gonna save it because on my old phone that used to be his profile picture whenever he texts me, and now I'm putting it back now because that's just like I just remember him being like, "Is this bad?" And then he'd like turn around and everything. And so here's a funny story. I don't think he's gonna be listening to this because he's always like, yeah, I haven't listened to reviews, even though all our reviews are right there. So like, no, actually, I can't tell the story. I can't.
No, do it. You started.
No,
You started
I
it.
can't. I
You
can't.
did this to
no. Okay, I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, do it.
There's somebody that I was trying to hook him up with. Taylor, you know who it is. You can't say because they might be in a relationship, but you can't say. So, anyways, I was always been joking, trying to hook him up with one of my other friends and whatnot. And he was just trying to big league me the other day. He's like, yeah, I'm taking your information. I've been texting this. I've been texting this person. I'm like, don't worry, dude. I fucking know. He's like, oh, rip. I hope they're not saying weird stuff. Like, get away from me, this weirdo. I'm like, no, luckily it's fine. But he was just trying to be all coy, like, oh yeah, I'm talking to somebody. And it's like the whole time I know who he's talking about. It's like they send me these texts all the time. She and I know each other. Like right away, she's like, yeah, he just put a fire emoji on my Instagram chat or something like that. Like, it's just, I should have waited till he's here to grill him. But anything else on this conversation? We talked about high school and bad. Clay, you have any bad dates?
Yeah, I mean, I had a similar one with the like instead of the girl bringing your sister, girl bringing your friend. Like, what is up with that? And you're getting mixed messages because it's like, did they like you and they're nervous, or are they creeped out? Like,
yeah,
I didn't do anything wrong.
Is
so
that
what the
all
hell's
it
going
is?
on?
Is it not like them trying to like start like a menage a trois kind of thing, or?
No, I don't think.
Oh, no.
I think that's wishful thinking.
Not in my high school. I don't know what high school you went to.
The one with the bushes out back.
Every time Taylor's like describing these women, he literally uses those words too. I just picture these old ladies that are just hitting on Taylor, and Taylor's just batting them off.
Yeah, Taylor went to this weird, like really mature, like, overly sexual high school.
Extremely sexual.
With these old cougars. Like, what's going on?
No, like I agree because just sort of now, yeah, Taylor, I don't think that's my instant thought when I saw her sister was not like. First of all, I didn't know it was her sister, and then she's like, "That's my sister." But like my instant thought was not like, "Oh man, I'm gonna get lucky now." It was just like, "What is this situation?" Like I don't know what to do. I wonder sometimes if it, and I don't know if I don't know if you girls have done this at all, but I feel like maybe it's to judge us, like for her to give the okay, like this guy seems all right or not, which I feel like you should do a first date, and then if he's worth the time, do a get together. You don't got to do anything more. Just do a first date. That's it. Call it quits. And if you kind of like him but you're still unsure, do like invite him to a party or do a group setting. To do a judgment on like literally, it feels like you're like, people that are bad parents and they need like adult supervision. Like that's what the date felt like. I was under adult supervision to know like, oh, does he check all these boxes? It was a weird.
What was like the age of the sister? Was she similar to The female that you're trying to woo?
She's a couple years younger. So
Oh.
we're both 19. So I think she was like 17, 16. So we were both
Maybe she was
around that.
babysitting.
Yeah. Well, maybe because we did drop her off after we went for a ride. So I don't know.
That's
Oh.
probably it.
Well, yeah. Then,
Yeah.
then it was okay, right?
Yeah, but it was still. It worked out, but at the time, I was not a fan of it. And I would never I'd never want that again. If you would say, "Hey, do you want that again?" Would you guys bring your sisters on a date, or anybody would bring their, sibling on a first? Hansi was thinking about it, so now I'm a little concerned.
Oh, no, I would not do that. But I'm like trying to think the only reason I personally ever would do that is if I thought the guy was shady.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Back
say it.
up.
Say it.
Yeah.
I know you didn't want to, but like that's the thing. It's like that there because right away now it's like I don't have good vibes because now, like I said, I got this person. But
Yeah.
what about you, Hansi? What are some bad dates you've been on, or do you have perfect track record?
Oh man, absolutely not. I feel like I've never been on a good date.
Are you currently with somebody though?
I am currently with somebody, but
So it has
on
to
our
be
first date,
at least a decent date.
no, it was a good date, and then we were like watching a movie or a show or something, and like went in for the kiss, and bashed our heads together, and I got a nosebleed
Oh, that's worst case scenario.
on our first date. But almost 4 years later, and we're still together. So I guess it worked out.
Was that during Gone Girl?
No, I haven't shown it yet. That was like a third date movie. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't watch that on the first date. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You'll be getting weird looks to each other.
Well, Carl
But
did.
yeah, I definitely have plenty of bad date stories. Like this one, it's really interesting. I was playing a show like with my band, and like immediately after the show, we were like still taking our stuff off the stage, and this girl comes up to me and is like, "Hey, my brother over there thinks you're really cute, and he wants your number." And I'm like, "Well, if he wants my number, he can come ask me for my number."
Good answer.
Like, okay. And so then he comes up to me later. He's like, "Hey, we should go out or whatever." I'm like,
Nice boys.
okay. And so then we like went on a date, and we went and played laser tag, and it was me and him and then like 3 of his guy friends playing laser tag, and then I beat them all at laser tag, and then everyone was being weird about that. And then so it's just like a mediocre date. We texted for like a couple days after, and then I didn't hear from him, and then about 2 weeks later I saw his obituary in the paper.
Oh my god, that is a fucking episode of Sex and the City right there.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, I had like an existential crisis. I was like, I was the last date you ever won.
And you beat him in laser tag. You should let him watch.
No.
A few weeks later, I was at that same music venue.
And his ghost.
And his sister, the same girl that had like talked to me before, was there and came up to me, and she's like, "Hey, did you hear about my brother?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did. Okay, bye."
Oh my gosh.
That's
Oh.
literally.
That's fucked up.
Was it at least like natural? Like,
It was a snowboarding accident.
Oh.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
Rest in peace of that
I've
guy.
seen-
That's
I've seen
Yeah,
a New
rest
Girl
in peace to
episode
that
on
guy. I mean, he was
he was
he's
living
not
his best
up,
life.
but
Snowboarding and going to concerts and getting
Laser
beat at
tag.
Laser
tag.
tag.
getting beat at laser tag. Yeah.
That's not the first thing I would have jumped to do a first date, though, is laser tag or a group activity with like a bunch of friends. I was always afraid to, like, I always put off the friends thing as much as possible because it's always like, man, if they don't like her, this is gonna fucking suck. Like, because like I wanted to say as nice as normal and then like wait till a little bit. Clay, you had your hand up.
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna the nosebleed thing. I guess similar, but we were in my basement once, and a buddy of mine, him and his girlfriend go in the back. Or no, I don't think they were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time, which makes it crazier. So all of a sudden they come out, and he's got blood all over his shirt, and she comes out with like paper towel or whatever was in the closet, like stuffed up her nose. He's like, "Oh my God, it's everywhere!" Oh, just the nosebleed thing out of nowhere.
So like
Yeah.
they went into the closet to do stuff, and they came out.
Yeah,
Oh God, were they
What do you
like
think? No.
doing
Or, like, back
backflips in
room.
there? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess
my
it was just,
stretches.
I guess it was just winter. I don't know. Triggered it.
That's right.
What else? What else do just like two people go in a closet for?
Looking for board games. Maybe one
Yeah.
drop on the
There
nose.
were a lot of board games in there.
Oh. All right, let's talk. Let's talk about some WandaVision because you guys are here, and then I do. If Carl does join, I want to ask him because he did. Apparently, he did show someone Gone Girl on his first date, which that was a risky choice. So, and I do want to ask him about like, well, this last like, Clay, are you single right now?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's
How-
fucking longest pandemic ever.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask you, how do you like? I always think about them like this just must suck. Like, how do you meet or talk to? Like, I know there is apps and stuff, but it's just like you're supposed to like stay in your bubble, stuff like that. Like, what do you do in this situation?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, and it's
Taylor, don't laugh. What are you laughing?
No, I just feel
No, no,
like you're
Yeah,
bugging.
don't
don't worry.
Like, you
My
just...
feelings don't get hurt easily, Taylor. Laugh all you want, bro.
I'm just laughing because I feel
Taylor's
like
like, look at this
I
nerd.
feel like Travis is just like, what
Yeah,
do
I
you do?
know.
Like, you go into the closet and.
Yeah, you want to see? It's right there. No, I mean, it's a lot of like scrolling on Tinder and then being like, oh, do I text him? Like, do I break my bubble? And then, not yet. Like, it's getting to the point where it's like, soon. Jesus Christ, how much longer is this pandemic gonna last?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of questioning of your morals.
Clay, I'll let you in on some insights. So the government here in our province put out like a
Yeah.
statement basically
Yeah.
saying like if you're going to go like out of your bubble and you go out and date and everything like that to use glory holes or get a sheet of like plastic or something so that you can this is true. They put out like signage and everything.
Yeah.
They did not use the word glory hole.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
No
They
way.
used that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need
Canadian
proof.
government.
Find it, Taylor. Find it
I'll
and put it
find
into
it,
your
yeah.
share screen. I just.
Use your glory holes.
Oh man,
That's
Taylor's
fucking
determined to find
crazy.
it.
I just want to be on the first date in that situation. Hey, you want to just go back and cut a hole in my
Here, I've got it pulled up.
Like, here's my address. Look at the bottom of the front door.
So hopefully this doesn't ruin you, Taylor, on if it'll even let me.
This thing.
It went completely. It's only me now on the visual here.
That's fine. We'll get back. To
I
that.
can share my screen. So if you exit out, I can share my screen and show the article on the YouTube.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, definitely do that for people because I actually don't see anything. I just see blank screen.
Content.
Everyone's back.
Use
Okay.
glory holes. Oh my god.
Here,
Yeah.
if you're on Facebook, I'll send you the link right now. I've got it up already.
Well, I feel like for you, Clay, that's like a questionable thing as far as when you're scrolling. Like, really look at the picture and like, do you think this person is COVID safety or COVID
Yeah,
healthy?
right.
Like, that's a new layer you have to like for men and women. Like, do I think this person is responsible during these COVID times or not? Like, oh yeah, that was, I hope for your sake it does end soon because I couldn't imagine trying to date in this situation. I would have been so pissed if I was in the situation younger when I was clubbing because like that's all close. Like you can't do anything social or anything. It's just
Right.
like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky. I have a couple roommates who are my best friends, but I mean, we just sit around like drinking beer and watching movies. I mean,
go on fake dates together.
yeah, right. I mean,
It's your turn to
it
be a
is what
girl.
it is.
Here, I'm gonna read. Oh my God. I'm gonna read part of the
Who are you gonna
article.
meet tonight?
I'm gonna read part of the article the government put out here. So, yeah, if you masturbate with a partner, physical distancing will lower your chance of getting COVID-19.
Wait, stop. If you masturbate with a partner,
Physical distancing will lower your chance of getting COVID-19. Yeah, so you guys are like 6 feet apart and just masturbate in the
what
same
a
room.
sexy first date. You go in that corner, I go in this corner. We're just gonna stare at each
I don't like the
other.
lighting. I don't like the lighting of this room.
It also recommends that you take desires into your own hands if you're worried about infection.
Yeah. Wear a face mask. So if oh god, wearing a face mask, heavy breathing during sex can create more droplets. So yeah, choose sexual positions that limit face-to-face contact. Use barriers like walls, example, glory holes that allow for sexual contact but prevent face-to-face contact.
Oh,
You
Wow.
forgot about that it says that you should consider socially distant sexual pursuits such as masturbating in the same room as a partner or virtual sex.
He brought up the masturbating, the virtual sex, yeah. That I don't think the government had to put that out, but I love all their other things like just like do different positions. It's just like they're dictating what you like. I don't know. In my opinion, if you're going to be having sex with somebody, I don't even think the face-to-face matters at that point. Like I really, if you like, if you're doing other position stuff, like I feel like you're in that bubble. It doesn't matter if you're like kiss, like that bubble's broken now. So it's like I even feel like the glory holes, like. Is there some scientific thing that would work? Like I don't. Like
yeah,
I guess maybe.
Aren't there droplets in your discharge? How does that work?
It's saliva droplets.
Trying to be as scientific about this as possible.
Yeah, that was good word choice.
Yeah.
It's just wow. And I just want to. I should have asked my dad and stuff like when he read that. Like, what did the older generation feel? You know, like.
Well, there you go, Clay. We hope we gave you some like a solution, maybe, or
Yeah, there you go.
at the advice of the government of Canada.
Just use the
Oh
glory.
my god.
Yeah.
Was that
Like,
federal,
on Tinder.
Taylor?
That's federal.
Look at what they're doing on Canada here. We can do the same thing.
I
Yeah.
guess I gotta move real quick. It sounds like you guys are really having success.
We're real ahead of our time.
We got glory holes everywhere over here. Restaurants, they're putting them in every house now. If the pandemic goes on for like another 5 years, they're gonna have to start adding them to the homes. Like, oh, here's a bedroom.
They're putting them
Here's
in
a
all.
Neighbor Spencer.
It's not up to code if there's no glory hole.
Oh boy. Okay.
Good stuff.
Let's talk about WandaVision. I'll throw it over to Hansi first because you were excited to talk about that. I'm gonna throw it to Hansi and plus Jessica because we haven't heard your thoughts on it yet either. So let's start with the people we have no idea from. Are you enjoying it so far? We're 3 episodes in.
Oh yes, I am definitely enjoying it. I am amazed at all the little details that make it so similar to sitcoms from back in the day, and all the little Easter eggs and all the little hints and stuff just make it that you have to be watching every single second. Like you can't miss anything because there's clues everywhere. I just love it. I love it so much.
Before you go, Clay, so Jessica put that article we were talking about in the Discord chat. I didn't know that. Why in the article did they use a picture of a glory hole, but it was with a brick wall? That feels like that's not something that you should do. But I just want to point that out there. That's why in the description, go check out the Geekers Discord. But okay, so yeah, you're enjoying it, and yeah, I think we kind of agree as far as like
Clay looks so disgusted.
Why does it look like a holy cross? What's going on?
that photo from the church. That's why.
Double glory. All the glory possible. Oh my god.
That's the good thing with this show is because I always watch it once for a review and then I watch it like the day after because I've talked about this in the review. For some reason, my oldest one, Gwen specifically, loves the show. I don't know why. It's weird. She's obsessed with the beekeeper. Obsessed with him. Every time we're like, oh, is the beekeeper on? I'm like, no, not this episode. And, okay, but like I think that's a good thing as far as like you do like rewatching it does help because there's things, and then plus it's like there's a third rewatch because then it's like in always like 3 or 4 days later there's so many Easter eggs dropping on the internet that other people are catching everything and you're just like, okay, I gotta watch it. Yeah. So that's been the fun thing. It's like all these theories and everything. Clay, what about you?
Yeah, so I'm pulling up a couple notes I took on it because I knew we were gonna talk about it, but I think that where I am with it is that it's an amazing show. Like I'm really enjoing watching it, but especially no, there is a but.
But
like
Taylor, kick him. Taylor, get him out.
It's 90% positive, and it's like I don't want to rate the episodes yet. It's like that thing. I think Kirklin, you're the one who waits till the end of the season, right?
Yeah, typically this one they got me rating each episode, but yeah, typically I'll do that.
Yeah.
I don't have you rating this episode.
No, I'm the only
it's
one
off
who
cast.
was. You guys
Yeah.
weren't.
Oh, okay.
You liar. Yeah, no, I'm not, because I'm the same way as Clay. I feel like I can't rate these episodes. Mandalorian, I
Yeah.
really can't, because it like feels like
Right.
some of them are distinct, like start to finish story.
Yeah.
Here, the later seasons we got more, but these are just so, they do feel like one big kind of story or movie. So that's why I am pulling the Kirkland.
It's
that Kirkland
hilarious
you rate-
though, because like I honestly thought that I did rate them, but it's because we review them at fucking 2:30 in the morning, and I'm just so delirious.
1:30.
Yeah.
And now next week we're gonna do that with Kirkland or Taylor. Apparently, like Taylor wants to get his wisdom teeth out, and then he still tells us he's gonna be on the WandaVision review, and we keep telling him, "I don't."
Oh, that's gonna be a mess.
Yeah, it will be.
There's
Our
no way.
viewership's gonna tank.
everyone that says no, I can't do it. It's just motivating me to just do it and pull through.
Jeez.
I'm
That-
excited to just watch you fall asleep while recording, and so it's just going to be
I'm gonna
like Travis and
blood
Kirkland
just drooling
talking.
out of my mouth on the live stream.
Yeah. Or that's the cast where Taylor's so drugged up. That's where he says something where he gets canceled. You know, you'll screw up somewhere. But no, I agree with you, Claire, as far as the rating. Like I can't give one for each episode so far.
Yeah, so I'd say I really enjoyed the first two episodes I loved. Especially the beekeeper stuff and like all the little horror vibes. I loved all that, and as well as all the sitcom-y callback stuff. It was all just like executed perfectly for me. And then this third episode, I was totally in on the style, the 70s style. It was obviously, again, really well executed. But the one thing I had was that everything, I think it's just because I'm a super nerd about this and I read about it all the time, I kind of knew everything was coming. Like, I knew the twins were coming. Sorry, I'm allowed to spoil, obviously, right?
Yeah, Jessica, you
You are
got
now.
Alert now.
No, I'm kidding.
Sorry. But I am
Jessica,
allowed
did
to.
you
Yes,
did
you
you
are.
get caught? Yeah, yeah, okay. Oh, I thought you.
Sorry,
got caught.
Jessica.
Yeah, Travis took out his headphones during the precast discussion. I've only seen episode 1 and 2.
Oh,
No,
Travis
sorry.
is gonna let her get. Oh,
Yeah, the
lay it
reason
on
I
her.
did it because before the cast, you and Taylor are eating your dinners, and it's the most disgusting sound to have chewing going on in my ears with headphones. So I was like, I'm done. Until you guys are done eating, you guys are savages eating with your mouths open. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here. So it's like
Okay.
I took them out.
I was not eating with my mouth open, but my mic is like right there, so
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
and-
surprised if it's.
It's like I'm listening to some ASMR of people eating food. It's like, I don't want this. I'm not an ASMR listener. And if I am, I don't want food on it, but I assumed. But anyway, so yeah, the twins are. I don't think Jessica cares too much about major spoilers. So you just started watching now.
Yeah.
I don't know why because Jessica, you just got Disney Plus. How haven't you been watching weekly? They are like they're short.
Okay, yeah, it was like, 45-minute episode, and then I watched it, and it's only 21 minutes of freaking screen time, and I'm like, what the hell is this shit?
Oh yeah.
There's
Long
a lot
credits.
of people to credit.
And then I was going to catch up today, but unfortunately things didn't work out. I only got the one episode, but I didn't care enough to. I have a 1.5-year-old son. Well, I'm not going to stay up till 1 a.m. when my son's going to be up in 3 hours after that. So.
Well,
Anyways,
I think.
so you're going, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think this actually kind of works out because I'm sorry for spoiling it if I did, but the thing is, like, what is she gonna get pregnant and not have them? Like, I guess there's the possibility, but just in terms of knowing about the comic books, like having read the comic books and all that, I kind of knew every single thing that was coming in this episode, and even the reveal at the end, which I'm not gonna spoil. Like, we saw that in the trailers. So it was just like, I was expecting one thing that I had no idea about. And every single thing they revealed, like, I already kind of knew about. So while I enjoyed it, I guess I was, like, I really enjoyed it. But I guess I was thinking there'd be one thing that I didn't see coming at all. And I guess that's my only problem. Like, I wish we got 2 episodes this week instead of 1. That's the biggest thing I can say. Is that I wish we got 2 more episodes and like got one more big reveal.
How much screen time was there on episode 3? Because the second one had a little bit more, but they're pretty brutal.
Maybe like 20, 25?
I'd say
Yeah.
25.
I think they're about the same. Yeah.
I think
They're
the,
about
the
that.
first one was the longest, I believe.
But I
And
really enjoyed it. I wanted a wow, and I didn't get a wow reveal thing. but that's because I'm too big of a nerd, and I listen to podcasts, I read the comic books, like I know a lot of this stuff before it happens, so it's kind of my own fault.
That is the interesting thing when people always talk about like adapting storylines or comic books, because it's just like, which route do you go? Do you kind of do the half, or do you do the full? Because right now it's kind of like, I feel we don't know what is, but I feel like we all know something bad's gonna happen with these kids. We don't know if they'll fully be gone or if they will just get taken away, but like it's not gonna end well, and it's just like. I am hoping, though, there is that thing that we had with Mandalorian last year, or not even, well, I guess it was last year. Fuck, we're in 2021. I can say that. They had showed up. I can't remember, Taylor, if you know the episode number, but didn't they show the trailer only up to a certain amount of episodes? Wasn't it 4
They
or 5?
showed up only to episode 4.
And so I know that's probably not the case with WandaVision, because we've seen stuff. They've said they're doing like a Friends era, or sort of like a Modern Family era. We've seen some of that. We know soon we're getting like a Full House era. And we've seen that Halloween episode. So we've definitely seen some eras that we don't have coming up yet. But that's been the thing, or at least the rumor, as far as these first 6 episodes are like shorter, more like the fake comedy TV world. But then the back half of the season, last 3, are like 45 to an hour. And that's like real stuff. So my hope is that the majority of those episodes that are in like the present MCU, where like the really big stuff's going to happen, the twists, the turns, I'm hoping they're not showing much from the trailer from that. Because I imagine like, this dome that she's in, like, gonna have to break. She's gonna go back into the real world, I imagine. I feel like they haven't shown us any of that. So like, there's gonna be lots of, like, we haven't seen what happens to Monica after she gets in the real world. So that's my hope, is like lots of that stuff is we haven't seen. But I do agree with you, Clay, that I knew a lot of it was coming, even just from trailers. But at least I guess the good thing is I'm happy that it's being done well. At least that's the good thing. So.
Yeah, I agree, and I just wanted to say the one kind of, I guess it's a counterpoint to what you said, Travis, was that. In terms of what the trailer showed and what it didn't, what if what it hasn't shown is that they go into some multiverse stuff? Like, I know we all think that's down the line. I kind of think it's down the line too. But what if it happens in the last couple episodes of this show? That'd be kind of unexpected, and it would be the thing that they didn't show at all in the trailer, I guess.
There's a possibility. Hansi?
Yeah, it's something that happens with Marvel a lot, where they put stuff in the trailer that is not in the movie. Like Infinity War, there was tons of stuff that didn't end up, just kind of to mislead audiences a little bit. So they could totally be doing that. And didn't the critics only see the first 3 episodes?
First 3,
Did I hear that somewhere?
yeah. That's the interesting thing.
I think we have some surprises coming for sure.
Yeah, or they could take the Sony route and they show us Spider-Man trailers that show the entire movie, and then we're kind of screwed. But yeah, no, I think it's possible. I did like what Clay, because he guessed it on the episode this week. He was talking about like if we see a Quicksilver, if she went and pulled them out of one of the other multiverses and whatnot. And like, how do you feel, Hansi, about like if we see a Quicksilver, and what do you feel like which one it is? Because I feel like after this week's episode with the brother being brought up, and it was such like a big moment, like, do you think we? I'm talking these guys out of the room. They don't even want to hear me talking about it. Do you think
I zoned out because I can't answer, so.
Yeah, well, you could answer this still, because it's not like a spoiler, but like, do you think we see a Quicksilver? And if it is, like, what version do you do? Because like, there's no one's confirmed, and not like big studios, but there's been these rumors we've talked about before that Evan Peters is supposedly in the show. He could be a different character, but it is kind of a coincidence that, like, I don't know, Scarlet Witch is in the show. So like, do you think we see something Quicksilver related in the next 6 episodes? And if we do, is it one of them? Is it both of them? What happens?
I would hope that if Evan Peters is playing like the Fox universe Quicksilver, that they also bring in Aaron Taylor Johnson. Like, I would hope that they would somehow show both of them and have Wanda be able to talk to like Pietro from the MCU, but then also maybe she's thinking about him or missing him so much that she accidentally brings in Quicksilver from the other universe or something.
Yeah.
I would hope that it would be both of them, because I wouldn't want to see just Evan Peters, even though I love him and I love him in the X-Men movies. But after that mention of him, I kind of want to see Aaron Taylor Johnson.
So I'll hit you with this. Kevin Feige comes to you and he says, hey, we're going to bring the Quicksilver character back, but you can only have one version. Like, so your pitch of like seeing them both, we're not doing that. We can only pay for one actor in the budget. and this is going to be our Quicksilver going forward. Who do you pick? Do you pick the continuity, like this makes sense version of Taylor Johnson, or do you pick the kind of version that everyone likes more?
I would pick Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's bold.
Oh yeah.
I love Evan Peters as Quicksilver, but what reason would they bring him in for, just other than just like a cool cameo kind of fan service thing, you know? I feel like Aaron Taylor Johnson could be more intertwined with the actual plot.
Okay, so a counterpoint to that, where are you as far as them bringing more of the Fox X-Men over? Because could that be the counterpoint of the reason we're bringing Evan Peters is because we want to establish, hey, we could bring Fassbender in, we could bring McAvoy, we could bring these people. I don't know if you or anybody wants that, but like, what if that's the point? Is like we want to start dipping our toes in that universe because we're getting that with Toby, right? And we're getting that with Andrew. So it's like, if that's the play to like introduce more of those X-Men.
It's difficult because I would love to have McAvoy and Fassbender, but those are the only two from the new recast X-Men that I would want, you know? So it's kind of a tough decision there. But honestly, I think a recast of all the X-Men would be the best way to go forward in the MCU. Unfortunately,
I'm the same as you, where it's tough because it's like I want certain things, but if that means I get all of it, I don't want all of those people coming over. Like I don't like, and I like Nicholas Hoult enough, but like I don't want his beast. You know, like I want like a full on like the way Hulk is, like he's a creature all the time, stuff like that. So it's just like, it's like unless they were to bring these people in just for like fun cameos in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, like let's say they do that and then they like close off that universe and it's gone, but like. And then there's always the, you know, they're still scratching that like Hugh Jackman of like, do we bring him or do we not, even for a cameo? And I wonder if that's where the Evan Peters stuff comes in. Clay, I want to know, where are you on that as far as the Quicksilverness of this all?
Yeah, no, I think it'd be weird to bring in Evan Peters before Taylor Johnson, even though I like Evan Peters a little more. Most people do. I know, sorry Taylor, but.
No, I'm with you.
Oh, really? Okay.
I love Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh,
no,
wait.
I think no.
I'm saying like I like Evan Peters more.
Oh shit, that's awkward.
You're not with me. Yeah, no, but I want Evan Peters, but I don't think it would be. I think it would be really like off for the MCU to just do that out of nowhere. But I also think my one other point is that. I think like with Mandalorian and with Marvel in terms of Endgame and Infinity War and stuff, they're always doing stuff that none of us see coming. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we're having fun talking about this, but none of us are gonna like guess what they're really doing. It's gonna be tweaked in some way that we don't expect. They're clever like that. I don't know.
So this discussion is on if Evan Peters will or will not appear. Is that correct?
Yeah, because he's always been so months ago he was rumored. Well, it's Quicksilver in general because you haven't seen episode 3. This isn't a spoiler, Jessica. Like it is a little bit, but she just mentions Quicksilver in episode 3, and then Evan Peters.
He's listed under his movie bio that he's in part of WandaVision.
But was it IMDb or Wikipedia?
Yeah, watch those Wikipedia things.
I wouldn't trust though if it's IMDb and Wikipedia. But the thing is, he is like the rumor is he's in this show. The question is just, is he Quicksilver or is he someone else? I still said on Marvel Alliance, I thought a fun idea would be if he comes in as Quicksilver, but if he's a villain that's like he's a trick, like he's trying to pretend he's Quicksilver, and Wanda's like, no, you're not. Like I think for us the fans that'd be fun. Like, oh look, he is playing Quicksilver, and then slowly it's like, oh no, like he's the devil or like Nightmare, like some of these characters. I think that could be fun because I do think it's super awkward unless you do what Hansi says as far as you bring them both in. If they just full on replace Aaron Taylor Johnson with Evan Peters and just like this is our Quicksilver now, that is like I feel like I'm sure he's fine. You know, he's married, he has a good career, but I still feel like Aaron Taylor Johnson's that's like a small slight to you as an actor. Is like, yeah, we didn't want you back. We wanted the cool version everyone talks about. Like, I would feel
Taylor would be pissed.
Taylor would be super pissed. Well, would you, Taylor, though? Because you like Aaron Taylor Johnson, but are you going to be pissed if they say, hey, Evan Peters is our Quicksilver now?
I'd be out of the theater boycotting. No, I'm kidding.
Well, there's no theater, so you're good. He
I'd
just
be out
leaves
of the
his
living
house.
room.
Madison's like, what the hell?
So again, like I really, really do like Aaron Taylor Johnson as Quicksilver. Like he was my favorite. Like again, like Age of Ultron.
Your
Like
favorite.
get to see Quicksilver in this movie. This is gonna be so good. And what do they do? They fucking kill him. Anyway, so I feel like Feige again. They plan these movies with the long term in mind.
years
So again, you have this movie made, and maybe they killed him off for a reason. Maybe they could have killed him off at any other point in time, but I think in Age of Ultron, I think it's very fitting his death because it adds all that development to Wanda to get her to where she is now. So his death is warranted and executed well in that film, in my opinion. So it makes sense. What if the long-term game was to bring him back at some point in the future? They just need to kill him off to give Wanda the development to get her to the stage, to bring him back in some shape or form, to speak with her or something. So I feel like, it's a high chance it's going to be Aaron Taylor Johnson if they bring him.
Yeah, and then so what? Evan Peters just a different role and everything because everyone's talking about who the fuck Ralph is and everything this week.
I mean, I thought that could be him. I was brainstorming that could be him, and again, not that it's like super spoilers for any of the episodes because they keep hinting at it in every episode, but I do feel like Ralph is like Mephisto or something very significant because in Marvel they don't name drop at like consistently every episode for no reason.
Yeah, 3 episodes in a row, Agnes has mentioned her husband Ralph, and we don't see him. Especially this episode when she's like, "Oh, he always looks better in the dark," and it's just like, I think he's either like I think he's someone of note. I don't think he's just nobody. But Clay, what's up?
I can't remember if I heard this on your guys' podcast earlier today. I didn't finish it. Got like 10 minutes left or something. Were one of you the ones who mentioned that like Agnes might be the good guy?
I don't know. I think we looked at the possibilities of. I know Clay brought up that he thinks she could actually still be Mephisto, so I think he might have actually brought that up of her being someone to try and help the situation because she has been in the comics like a mentor to Wanda before. Oh, there's he's always on brand. He's always on brand. She has been a mentor to Wanda in the past. So with Agnes, it's like if that thing with Monica Rambeau and she's like she has no home and everything like that, like how is she here? If Agnes, I don't think it's just like Agnes was also living in this town and got taken over and just like by chance there was another witch in this town. Agnes, if she is Egg in the Heart of this witch, she's there for a reason. So it's like that's why I'm wondering even if Ralph, my one other theory I had that Ralph maybe isn't even the devil or a bad guy. Ralph was just the guy that was actually living in the city and she's just like killed him or like subdued him so she can say like, oh, this is my home, this is why I'm living here. Because remember, Vision was like, oh, that's fine that Grindelwald, fuck, not Grindelwald. What was her name in this? What was Monica Rambeau's?
Geraldine.
Yeah, like it's like that's fine. She's not married. That's fine. She's not with any. But the second they're like, but she has no home. That's when Vision was like, that's weird because everyone has a home. So that's why I wonder if Agnes's cover is Ralph as just a regular person. She's just using him as like, oh yeah, this is my husband. This is where I live and everything. Because we see that they're playing in like a play situation. They're not taking over. They're acting now. It's like they're being watched. So it's interesting. Agnes is like, I could still see us getting a whole episode about Agnes as well. Some of my predictions was we get an Agnes episode or a Vision episode, just because I feel like there could be lots to explain with these characters, especially if Agnes is like this witch that goes back to the Salem witch trials. I think in Marvel you need like a little more explanation for people to have like because now you're putting witches in here and that's like the vampires and werewolves. Like we're getting weird. So
Right.
Carl, I know Jessica, you had your hand up. I'll introduce this dirt bag and then I'll get back to you. Carl, how's it going?
Yo. Oh wait, am I muted?
No, you're good. How you doing today?
Yeah, good, thanks. Got the time zones mixed up.
That always happens to me almost every day.
I got up early, actually. I just happened to wake up and it's like 4 a.m. here. And I just happened to see a notification that you were live. I'm like, huh? What? But, yeah.
And then you checked our Discord and saw a post about glory holes, and we're like, okay, well, time to go back to bed.
Yeah, back woke Carl up.
No, I had to take a couple of minutes just to check that out.
Before I ask you, Carl, on your thoughts, Jessica, you had your hand up?
Yeah, so just because I was looking into it more, apparently the Spanish voice actor who covered or like lent his voice for Evan Peters previously for Quicksilver has confirmed that he's coming back to voice Quicksilver again.
What a fucking asshole. Like,
So
Yeah.
that's why it's kind of like backtrack that, okay, well, if he's voicing the character that Evans played, and he's confirmed it already, and sorry, he confirmed that he was voicing it for WandaVision.
yeah.
So it's been confirmed that the Spanish voice actor is coming back, so everyone's just kind of assumed that Evan Peters is back.
And like Jessica, I know you probably haven't seen Age of Ultron's maybe more than once, but like, do you like on this situation? Like, I feel like from what I've talked to you before, like I know you probably prefer like the Evan Peters Quicksilver, but how do you feel is that like, is there like the replacing factor? Like, how does that go as far as like there's one actor and like yeah, you got multiverse and like Toby's coming, but it's different with Toby. It's not like hey, we're doing Spider-Man 3 and Tobey Maguire has now replaced Tom Holland. Even though I would love that if they just like like no one acted it was different. Like he's playing like a like a 20-year-old as Tobey Maguire, like the way they do in Wet Hot American Summer. Like if they did that with him and he's just like there was Zendaya and everything, like oh man, that would just be so funny. But like how do you feel about that potentially happening as far as like a replacement and everything like that?
So I don't know. I liked him as an actor. Yeah, as you said, I think I've only seen Age of Ultron maybe an accumulated 1.5 times because yeah, I fell asleep and then I was like, I guess I should finish this because the new one's coming out. So I don't know. I remember Evan Peters' performance from X-Men. I liked it. I thought his scenes were fun. That being said, I am like, just to kind of clarify and make it clear, Clay's talking about all the stuff that he knew. I didn't even know that it was actually Wanda's brother. So that's kind of like my level of kind of knowledge of the universe. So
that's more fun for you.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, what have you thought? Like, because you've talked about. I don't think I've actually got like. Do you like the show so far? 2 episodes in, because there is stuff that we talked about too. Like that is like maybe hinting towards comic book stuff or hinting towards this. Like, did you know for a fact like the twins were coming? Like they showed in trailers, but like Wanda and Vision have twins in the comics. It's like a very like big thing. So like for you, like, are you enjoying it overall? And then how do you feel that type of stuff? Like when you're talking about before, where you don't know these certain things may be coming. Has that enhanced it, or has that made it like like? There's this things that people are talking about coming, but it's nothing to me.
So, for, I'm sure kind of Kirklin and Travis have realized this by now, but for our guests, generally if there's like previews and stuff on Facebook or social media, I just keep scrolling. I kind of go into everything without seeing anything, so everything's kind of a surprise for me. So, yeah, had I not just heard it from Clay, this one would have come and I would have had no idea that this was like some premeditated thing in the comic books. I wouldn't have realized that Quicksilver was her brother prior to this conversation, and then it would have come up in the show and I've been like, oh, I didn't know that. So it'd be kind of, it's like an Easter egg for me, that it's not an Easter egg for the normal world for people that actually pay attention.
They do state that Quicksilver's her brother in Age of Ultron. I know it's probably been a good minute, but they do. That is explicitly stated there at least.
I feel like Age of Ultron is like one of my lower tiered Marvel movies. I really didn't enjoy it for some reason. So
that's you're not alone on that. That's a lot of people put it in the mid-low tier. So
yeah,
just because him. No, I'm joking.
I am enjoying it. I'm excited. I do know that this next episode we kind of start moving into color, so I'm excited to kind of see how that plays into it and the kind of vibes that change because of it. Just outfits and things like that. And are you judging Taylor?
Oh, always. I don't know.
I was gonna figure.
Is it orange juice?
Probably.
What you drinking, Taylor?
What the
Right
fuck?
out of the jug.
I don't have a problem with that.
Savage. Oh, I have a problem with that.
Yeah,
The only problem I have with, did you also bring a glass as well?
But you're drinking it straight out of the thing?
But only if you don't share.
But that's
Why are you
weird.
drinking it out of the jug if you just poured a glass?
Yeah, I'm so with Nancy on this one.
Unmute your mic.
Yeah, we
Taylor.
can't hear you.
Put the glass in the fridge and drink the orange juice bottle all night.
Why do you have a jug and a glass? Kirkland said no, but I respect if you want to just go all jug. If Kirkland, if it's just yours, I think you're allowed to go all jug. Like if no one else is drinking it.
Yeah,
I
and that
used to
glass
be
was
drink from the
full.
jug, but then I
Planning
got
on
scolded
drinking more?
by
It's-
my SO.
And then an entire full glass.
It's
of
it's
orange
because
juice?
it's because Madison always I drink a lot of orange juice, so Madison would be like, "How many glasses do you have?" And I say, "Well, I had one," but really that doesn't count me swigging out of the jug.
One jug.
Oh my God, you sound like she lives you like you're in a prison or something. Like she's
Yeah.
counting how many
I get in
glasses.
trouble.
You
Like it's
only
not
get
good.
one glass.
How's it going? I saw on Facebook you guys were talking about you're trying to get more Jurassic World songs or whatnot in the wedding, but she said she was only allowing one.
Oh, I gotta put my orange juice down here. Yeah, I slipped a lot of songs in there. So I slipped a couple secret songs in there for when you guys get to hear it. It's gonna be good. And then I slipped in 2 Jurassic World songs. And the first one, this is when I realized, like I used to tell her all the time, we're gonna have like all this music in there. And finally, when I was playing it for her and I was adding it to the DJ list, I got this real look of disappointment from her, and I realized that like this is actually
No,
like
really.
this is the real deal. So I managed to get one in there, and there's I think I lost the Game of Thrones theme song. That was
Oh my God, I'm so Team Madison on this. Every wedding complaint
Yeah.
so far, like you're lucky she's even letting you allow one Jurassic Park song in the wedding. Like, what is it like? What are we supposed to do? Dance to Jurassic Park song?
Oh, no, like well that I have settings for when the songs play, but I got a song for when you and the groomsmen are walking down the aisle. It's gonna be so good. And then I got my song for when I come down the aisle. Oh,
See, you should have the Jurassic Park theme song when Travis and
No,
the
thank
groomsmen are walking down the
I,
aisle.
I'm
There's
always
just gonna be
scared.
like 7 songs when people are walking down the aisle. Like the song's gonna change like every 30 seconds.
yeah, they're all
They're not
very
edited
sporadic.
either. They don't
Like
fade
a-
in or
like
out.
a-
It's just abrupt start and finishes.
Yeah, like a concert. Everyone dancing down the aisle.
This could be an after 9 GV stream. Just Taylor's wedding.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be juicy.
Oh, we're definitely gonna review it. We're like after.
Oh,
like,
yeah, I'll review
I'm
it.
not joking. We're having it after
I'll be
Oh
nine.
no, I
honest,
thought the
yeah.
appetizers were a little dry.
Music sucked.
Like a 5.5 for me. Carl, you've been quiet. Before we ask you about WandaVision, I want to ask you about how did that Gone Girl date go? Because for the listeners, you posted in the chat you're going to use the Gone Girl method that Hansi talked about a while back ago. So what's happening?
Yeah, it went good, really good. I forgot what Gone Girl was until it started. It was just like, right,
Nice.
what's the fuss? What's Hansi talking about? Yeah, well, she reacted appropriately.
What is
So-
appropriately?
I think she's normal. She covered her eyes when it was about to happen. she freaked out, so it was quite good. Yeah,
There you go.
Nice.
I'll not embarrass her too much.
There
You
you
mean
go.
she wasn't cheering when Neil Patrick Harris just gets destroyed? That'd be a bummer.
Yeah, thankfully not.
Nice.
It was good. It was good. Good to be dead.
So what do you think about WandaVision, sir? Where are you on it?
Oh yeah, I loved it. The first 2 episodes was amazing. I grew up watching, I Dream of Jeannie, the Dick Van Dyke Show, Bewitched. Bewitched is one of my favorites. So I could watch a whole season just of that alone
Mm-hmm.
without anything else that was going on in the background. I could have just watched it. So the third one was like a dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was good. It's
Yeah.
been a good show. They've nailed it.
And where are
really
you on the
good.
where are you on the Quicksilverness of this all?
Quicksilver, what?
Where Quicksilver, like what's going on with it? Do you think we will see him or some version of him come in?
There's been a lot of talk that he's going to, but I don't think they have to.
Mhm.
No, I'm gonna go no.
Okay.
Did you hear what I was mentioning, Carl, about the voice actor?
Oh, okay. So I've missed something. Then what happened?
Apparently, the voice actor, Spanish voice actor who dubbed Evan Peters previously, has already confirmed that he's voice acting for WandaVision.
Ooh.
It's still a rumor, obviously, but
Actually, no, I think he's definitely coming back now.
Yeah, we knew you thought that the whole time, Carl.
Yeah, so just messing. Yeah, well, no, it'll be interesting to see what they do. Why not? They're bringing everybody else back these days, so.
Well, yeah, fuck it.
Or-
Like, yeah, Captain America's coming back,
Oh, don't even start me about that. Oh.
Well, okay, yeah, go ahead, because Hansi shook her head no. Carl, you're like, I feel like, gotta
He was
wait.
the worst part of the MCU.
He's
And
the
my
worst
friend
part.
Gary, who's probably going to be listening to this on Monday when he's at work, will be cracking up. But yeah, I hated Captain America.
You hate
Really?
Captain America.
Yeah, it's so boring. And you know, it's just
Interesting.
me.
Carl's a man of good taste.
Yeah, it was just boring. I know a friend of mine, she's watching the films and she can't get past Winter Soldier. She just doesn't want to watch it because she hates Captain America.
But that's the
It's
best
the best.
one.
I hear Winter Soldier, it was the worst one. It
Ooh.
was
Wow.
Oh.
Okay,
so
I think
boring.
Those
Winter
are
Soldier's
fighting words.
I think Winter Soldier's overrated, but I don't think it's the worst one. That's
I'd rather watch Dark World over that.
Oh,
come on,
don't even.
sir. Come on.
That's a lie.
Yeah, that is a lie. But for rewatchability, I have never once wanted to watch Dark World, or not Dark World as well, but Winter Soldier again. And again, I suppose it's for different people, and that's why the MCU is so good, because I just can't be bothered with a serious sort of spy thriller. I was just like, no, give me more Ant-Man, give me the funny.
And Carl, what if I were to tell you though, this Captain America, like, I don't think it's gonna be Chris Evans playing like the one we know. Like my theory still going is like he'll probably play a villainous role, in my opinion. There's some weird rumor going around right now. I don't like it's like the C tier. There is the rumor though that the guy's been right before that he's gonna play like one version he's gonna play a Hydra Captain America, and then the two other project he's gonna be in is in a Wolverine like origin film, but it's gonna take place in the past. And they're gonna like because they in the comic books Wolverine and him are friends in the war like army because obviously the age fact and everything like that. I don't believe the second one, but I actually really like that idea if they do that with Wolverine and whatnot, because that'd be so cool. Like you could do X-Men films and they're all by themselves and don't even have Wolverine. Because my idea was do X-Men and Wolverine is just like a legend. He's like a myth. No one knows if he's actually real or anything like that. And then when you introduce him, it's like oh shit, fuck. It's like oh shit. It's Wolverine, but now if he's off in the background having his own adventures, and then the X-Men hear about him and we meet them, I think that would be really cool. But I don't see Chris Evans coming back to be like, I could see a cameo, but I just don't see him coming back for two Wolverine movies. I don't know, that seems a little weird. But I think the villain thing.
If he comes back as a character, sort of like Knives Out, he's got more of those chops. I'll be up for seeing that. But
Yeah.
I just don't see the version we've had of Captain America. No, he's fine. There's something wrong with it. It's just his standalone film, so I wasn't too fussed on.
Mm-hmm. What are you eating, Taylor?
Banana nut muffin.
Okay, great. Hansi, you were shaking your head. You need a minute, Hansi, or?
You take a gigantic bite of this muffin and then immediately go to the mic. Banana nut muffin.
Oh yeah. And in July, we've been doing this for 6 years.
She's like, okay,
Yeah,
great.
6 years.
Let's move on. Even though he was the one that asked what he was eating in the first place.
Well, okay. I thought it was gonna be something a bit more exciting. It's like 8 p.m. our time, and what's his like late night snack? Ooh, a banana nut muffin. And it's just like, also like, why do you have a paper towel around it?
Have you touched like the bottom of a muffin? They're sticky and everything.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
I have, but like, why don't you eat the muffin and then use the napkin to wipe your fingers off after?
Because I can't wipe the stickiness off. I'm gonna have to go wash the stickiness off.
Then why don't you? Okay.
I don't want to
Why are you-
leave. I want to stay here and chat up the squad.
Yeah, you don't want to get more orange juice or anything like that.
I feel like you were like Travis already mentioned, we both ate right before this cast started.
Yeah.
Like,
And he has to eat on cast too.
I didn't
bastard.
finish my dinner though. I ate some of the chicken.
then you made Madison take your plate away.
Yeah.
Take this, madam. Where,
Oh boy, leave him alone.
because I don't know if you have it, Carl. Clay and Hansi, where are you on Popeyes? Is Popeyes good?
No.
Popeyes is hella good. Yeah, there's one just down the street from me. They just recently started putting Popeyes in Utah, like in the past, I don't know, 5 years or so. But they just started popping up everywhere. I do love Popeyes.
How do you guys feel on their biscuits? Because today me and Travis are not satisfied with them, and neither is Kirklin in the past.
Yeah, not the best. I think they're really salty. Like, they're too salty, so they're really dry, but I do like the chicken.
That was said with a lot of love in your voice.
I do. Chicken is like,
What's the
chicken's
side
the
you go
best.
with?
I really like the fries at Popeyes. They're like battered fries. They're really good, and they have like that horseradish mustard. It's bomb.
Fuck. I don't. you just look like you're chloroforming yourself. All I see is like, and then like a whole, and like the way you eat it, it's like you could make it so much smaller, but it's just so big in your face. Yeah, I told him last night to get the Cajun fries, and then he messaged me while I was napping. It's like, Taylor, I was like, Chess, what side did I get? Well, I guess it's onion rings. I was like, no, I told you to get the fries. My favorite, I'm not sure if they have it in America there, but the blackened ranch is really good. That shit is fire. That's, yeah. Clay, what about you and Popeyes?
Yeah, no, I like it, and I would go there a good amount during high school, but during college, the line is always huge around here, like spilling into the street from the parking lot. So, yeah, I don't think I've been in the last 3.5 years, but I remember liking it. And I haven't tried that chicken sandwich, which I hear is people have hurt each other for it.
What kind of bun is it on? What kind of bun?
Oh, here we go.
Like a golden buttered up hamburger bun, right?
Ciabatta bun.
They just want to see how you pronounce the word ciabatta, which, by the way,
yeah,
ciabatta. I was a baker for 2 years, and I made ciabatta every day.
I've never heard
ciabatta.
Ciabatta. I've never heard ciabatta till now.
Ciabatta, yeah.
Ciabatta, Taylor.
I've always asked people, like, can I get the ciabatta buns?
Oh, I love that. I could tell there is some history for Hansi because her volume of her voice changed. She's like, they just want you to say, and like, so if there was somebody, Hansi, that walked in and ordered a ciabatta bun, like, what would have been his reaction?
I would just say, oh, you mean ciabatta? There's another bread that we made. It's a Jewish bread called like challah, like it's CHALLAH. But people don't know that, so they're like, I'll have the challah bread. I'm like, all right.
Well, what about, let's see, acai?
Oh God, this too. I get enough of that from Madison. I always would call it acai berries, and someday happened, and Madison's like, it's acai berry, acai berry.
I thought it was
right.
I
think
it's
both are wrong.
It's acai.
That's
Yeah.
definitely acai.
Don't worry, I used to be like you, Taylor.
Thank you.
No, my mom was like, you idiot.
Carly, do you have Popeyes out there?
No, we just have KFC.
Oh, fuck, that sucks,
We're
man.
getting it fried. I know. Although we're
You
getting
guys-
Hortons. Is it Hortons? What do you call it? Some coffee?
Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons.
You're getting Tim Hortons?
Yeah, we're getting one of those.
Really?
Damn.
I don't
Nice.
drink coffee, so it means jack shit to me, but... Yeah.
Wait, do you have a Starbucks there?
Yeah, Starbucks.
Well, most people rank Tim Hortons kind of like below Starbucks and McDonald's, so you're not really getting much. They
Well,
do
that's
have.
good. That's nice.
Never been.
Although, why do you go to a chicken place for biscuits? That's a bit weird.
It's what?
It's a southern
Oh.
thing. It's because it's a southern
Not-
restaurant,
not-
southern fried chicken.
Not those kinds of biscuits. Not sweet. Not
Yeah.
cookies.
I was like,
Yeah.
like
Carl's bugging out over there.
Southern American biscuits.
Fancy, you look like you're like really stressing out right now. Like,
Yeah, we hit a nerve with Nancy and this food and baking thing. So do you bake anymore now, or is it one of those like you're over it and
Those kind of biscuits.
there you go.
Yeah.
They used to be.
Oh,
The Pops one I used to really like, but I feel like every year they get worse. But I still like them, but they definitely used to be better. They're still not like Red Lobster level, which is like that's some fun stuff. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But do you still bake, Nancy, or is that in your pastime?
Yeah, no, I don't bake. I maybe would if I had like a better kitchen and bigger like counter space that I could actually make bread on. Because I did enjoy it, but it was just like the hours sucked, and then yeah, they gave a promotion to some asshole instead of me, and I deserved it, so I
Oh.
left.
Fuck that guy.
what was the promotion?
Poor gal.
He was calling them ciabatta buns.
Yeah. It was to be like the lead baker.
The master baker.
Yeah, the master baker. And they like brought some guy in from another store who like didn't even know how to make half this stuff we made. And it's like, what do you mean you're giving the promotion to him? So I left, and then they begged me not to go, and I left anyways.
Oh yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Taylor, can you say an acai ciabatta bun?
Oh, an acai ciabatta bun? Or do you want me to say it like how you said it?
You mean the correct way?
I don't know what the correct way is anymore. Ciabatta?
Ciabatta.
Ciabatta. Like Chewbacca, but ciabatta.
Yeah, there you go. That works.
Yeah, just call it Chewbacca bread.
I'll get the Chewbacca buns, please.
Yeah. And then you're just gonna wake up to a Dear John letter from Madison. I'm sorry, Taylor, I can no longer marry you. And then that girl from the bushes in your high school is like sitting at there.
Oh,
like,
please no.
I'm here. So, oh man, yeah. It's weird. Like, do you guys have Ikaban out there or Ichiban? What is it called now?
Ichiban.
Oh.
I call it Ikaban. Like, I don't use the Ichi. And then the other thing, this has to do with pronunciation. I learned for the first time ever a few days ago that the word pterodactyl has a P in front of it, and I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked.
Okay, how is this the first time you've learned this when you've been friends with Taylor for how many years?
Well, I
the
thought
dinosaur guy.
I
That
thought the
works for me.
pteranodon had the P in front of it, but I didn't realize the pterodactyl as well had it.
Yeah, see,
Did you actually know?
No.
I just
told
knew the
my-
No,
pteranodon
Taylor
did.
now. Oh wow. I'm shocked, Taylor. You didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
hadn't you read a bunch of Jurassic Park stuff on the internet? Like, wouldn't you have
Yeah.
seen it?
I particularly look into like velociraptors and if they were alive today. Like
Yeah, don't even
My
try.
apologies.
Right, you think you got him? You think you hit him with a gotcha moment? Yeah, he looks at raptors. Come on.
How many episodes have you got into, Taylor?
I am on the 4th episode right now.
Oh, I think I've seen. Yeah, I think that's where I got to last night.
It's
He's
so
always
good. Are you?
trying to sell me on this show?
It's
He's like,
such
"Oh,
a
it's so
good
dark
show.
this
Like
show."
it's got kid
Yeah,
moments,
it's
but it's got
like a-
darkness to it.
What show is this?
Camp Cretaceous, Jurassic World. What are you thinking of it so far, Carl?
Yeah, well, my wee girl wanted to watch it, so I got sucked in. The first couple of episodes were a bit rough, but then yeah, it's like any show. Sometimes you just get sucked in. And I'm loving it.
Surprised. I like Camp Cretaceous, eh?
Camp Cretaceous, not Cretaceous.
And what's it about? Like, where does this fit into the Jurassic World lore?
So right during Jurassic World 1, these kids go to this new facility called Camp Cretaceous on the island. And then as soon as the Indominus breaks out, it follows parallel to Season 1 where the events happen and the kids get trapped on the island. And the ships all leave and the kids are stranded on the island because they thought they evacuated everyone. So now Season 2 follows them surviving all odds against everything on the island.
All odds.
Yeah.
All odds.
Against all odds. So they're stuck on the island, and they did say that there's going to be a Season 3 as well, but this is still a few years before Fallen Kingdom, so...
Oh, good. We don't want to get into that area. So you're telling me they're pretty much confirming we're not going to burn all these kids on the island?
Yeah.
Is what you're telling me? Yeah. What, Hansi? What?
Okay, for Jurassic Park being one of the biggest franchises ever. Why is it that I have never heard any promotion for this series except from you, Taylor? Like, why don't there's been no like big trailers, like none of the like nerdy news sites posted about it? Like, why have I never heard about it?
It's a good
My
question.
answer is Netflix, because I think Netflix, it's on Netflix. There's some show right now called Finks or whatever it is. I don't know. And it's like apparently like the third most, and at least in Canada, like third most watched show. Same thing with like Bridgerton stuff. You don't know about the stuff till it just drops. There's no previews. There's no media for it. You know nothing that's on Netflix. They have so much stuff. They have so much like content, and they're just churning it out. Like I have no idea when stuff's coming out. I don't know where it is, and I guess they just expect it's gonna go out there. But like I'm like you. If I didn't know Taylor, I'd have no idea. Like there's like, isn't there like Transformers stuff on there too?
There's
Taylor? Like
yeah, there is.
Yeah, there's like they have tons of big IP, and they just don't care. They just like
yeah, you'd think that there would be just more hype surrounding it because Jurassic World is so huge.
Mhm.
Like no one's talking about it or posting about it or making memes from it. Like I don't know, it's just weird.
But if you
that I
don't need to
haven't
pay
really, like,
for
heard
it,
about it.
yeah, but if you don't need to pay for it, why would you? Like the Queen's Gambit, they didn't do any promotion for that, and it was like one of the biggest watched shows.
Right.
So I mean, they just leave it and things catch on.
I wonder.
But
if
even
they
just like regular people aren't talking about it. At least the people that I follow, you know, I don't know.
I was gonna say it probably depends partly too what you follow on your social medias and in your like social circles.
I'm not
because-
following like Jurassic Park Central
Memes.
accounts.
Oh,
No.
there's some
Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom.
there's some
memes.
weird
So,
people
that could
in
be
those
part of it.
Jurassic Park groups. They all do like the Jurassic Park mommy posting, and they post Bryce Dallas Howard pictures everywhere. It's so weird.
Wait, what is mommy like
Mommy
hot
pics?
mums? I'm guessing.
Yeah, and they post like Bryce Dallas Howard like all over the place, like everywhere. And these are Jurassic Park groups. I just want to see dinosaurs, not Bryce Dallas Howard's thighs.
It's like
so
I'm trying to
innocent.
get off the dinosaurs. Okay, get these pictures
Not
of other people out of here.
Yeah, Taylor, send me a link to that. I'll join.
Just as another kind of example of like not hearing about things if you don't follow it in your social circles. I am not part of the Bionicle or the Lego social circles,
Ooh.
but Taylor has been going off in our Geekverse chat about how Lego suggested they might do a Bionicle throwback and you need to vote for it. And he's like, you need to go on and vote because
Yeah,
the medieval motherfuckers are taking out the Bionicles and we need the Bionicles to win. And I'm just like, I would have no idea what you were talking about if it wasn't for you.
Your impersonation of Taylor makes him sound like he's some like alt-right Trump supporter. Like, these medieval motherfuckers, they're taking over. We can't get Bionicles. Like, yeah, Taylor was really worked up about that. I didn't even respond. I haven't even voted yet, Taylor. I'm sorry, but like, I guess it's just because like I'm, you know, living a life I haven't.
I need to
Taylor, that's
explain
the
this.
best, man. Just think about it.
Yeah. He doesn't care about your Lego.
Yeah,
He's
there
not
you go.
voting for your Bionicle.
Like Jurassic World music, nothing.
I'm gonna explain this scenario. So yeah, a little bit ago, Lego Ideas put out this poll, basically saying you can pick or vote for these different Lego sets that were like prime in the 2001 to like 5 era. And if the one that gets the most votes will do a new set for it in 2022, which is super hype. And Bionicle is one of those sets. So Bionicle is leading the charge, and when people were voting for Bionicle, everyone was going crazy. The medieval fucking fuckers and the pirate Lego fuckers and the old space fuckers, like, they were coming out to play, and they were throwing shade. They were insulting people of Bionicle, calling all of us Bionicle fans, like, horrible things. And it was just like, I thought everyone loved Bionicle. I thought everyone loved Lego, and then when this poll started, the community just tore itself apart. It was so bad. So it's just been up in arms.
Oh, I gotta create an account. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't need to add my fucking like another email. Like I don't need a 5,000 email from like, oh, you voted in Lego. Just in this set. Like I don't need this in my life. My inbox is literally like I think I have 52,000 emails in there. I don't need more. Like, Clay.
You know what pissed me off about that as a kid? The Bionicle thing. I was a big Lego guy as a kid, but the thing that pissed me off about Bionicle was the damn like ball and sockets where you had to put their arms in. You would pinch your fingers every time. Like, you try so hard. Maybe I was just too weak of a kid, but I always psyched myself up, like trying to put those arms in. And I would get so mad, and I think it just ruined the whole brand for me.
His whole teenage years, Clay's at the gym.
I haven't let it go. I'm one of those guys voting for the medieval shit.
Oh no.
Not really. But...
Taylor, you can cuss him out right here. What do you have to say?
Yeah, do it, man. I've been working out a lot since then. Say some shit.
Taylor, the real question is, are Bionicles winning again?
I don't think they were ever losing. Like, it just looked like the space Lego sets were catching up with there a little bit. But I have to check and see what the percentages are at.
So the medieval ones like aren't even a threat.
Well,
to
I feel no,
Bionicles?
they were, and it was just the people. They were the most like rowdiest because I feel like all the people in these groups are saying like, bring the medieval sets back, like, and it's just they were just hating on Bionicle fans, and it's so unjustified. Like, Bionicles saved Lego. Like, the Technic just totally delivered it in that 2001 period.
I'm with Travis. Oh, man.
What? Speaking of the medieval guys, he's like, yeah. His whole body is like...
There's like this whole underground war that none of us knew about.
In the Lego community.
Oh my
In the
god,
dark
Taylor's
times
been
of
in
the
the shit
Lego
for
war.
years.
Yeah, he's on the front line.
Yeah. He's like Cassian Andor. You just stepped into this. I've been dealing with this for life.
I was
Taylor,
born in the darkness.
Taylor, what is like for the fandom? What's the lowest on the totem pole you think out of these groups? Because I couldn't even name you. I could name you Bionicles, and that was about it. Like when you're like space, medieval, like I'm already lost. But like, what's the lowest? Who has
Is
the?
Mega Blocks in there?
No,
I
Mega
feel like
Blocks
that'd
is
be the
in there.
lowest of the low.
I can't remember the lowest, but I'm gonna say it's probably like Lego Trains because I know there's aficionados, but there's probably not many of them out
He's
there.
aficionados of those Lego trains.
Look, don't tell the Lego train community because they'll come take over that pole and vote for Lego trains instead of Bionicles.
I think next after 9, Taylor, you should just drop the Skype link into the Lego group and let's just see what happens. Let's just talk to them all.
No, I don't want to
Oh,
chance
you
it
get
because the
vulgar.
last Bionicle group I was in, they banned me and they wouldn't even address Madison when she preached for me.
Okay. Carl, say your point because Hansi, Clay, and Carl are going to be our jury of like the situation because Taylor does not paint the whole thing out. What happened? Carl, what do you have to say?
I was just going to ask if you watched Lego Masters, but let's keep going down this route.
Okay, so I'll wait till Clay's back because I need the jury here because I need to lay the whole situation. But Taylor's been bitter about this group the whole time. But you finish your cup of orange juice. So is the other orange juice just sitting there though by your feet?
No,
like,
I put that away. I'm not gonna leave that out.
Okay, so good. Clay's back here. So Clay, you three are gonna be our judges, like the jury here, because this is the situation. So Taylor was in a Bionicle fan group. He got kicked out. So what happened was
Out of a Bionicle girl.
I'm not gonna show
radical.
my hand. We're just gonna say if he was guilty will be if he should have been
Cross-breeding.
kicked or non-guilty. So he was in the group. They're dropping memes. This was around the time where a cold one with the boys was popping off. That meme was really big.
I'm gonna put the
So-
meme on our stream so people can see it.
Perfect. So you can head over to the YouTube, maybe drop in the Discord as well so people can see it. So at one point, the Bionicle, I'm not in this group. This is all just Taylor's account because I had to get to the bottom of it. He was in the group, of course, posting memes like Taylor does. And Bionicle, the group, put out a statement to everybody saying, okay, no more memes with cold ones with the boys. They didn't want any more memes about that. Taylor then decided to drop a meme that had a Bionicles with cold one with the boys. And then they kicked him. And then he tried to write them. He couldn't. So then he got Madison, his fiance, to write the group and trying to get him back into it. They said no. So that's what I'm going to ask you, Taylor. You can add anything more before they give their verdict here if he deserves to get kicked off. So far the story is they said no more memes of cold ones with the boys. You dropped said meme of cold ones with the boys.
Like, was this out of spite? You're just like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking post that right now.
So
So
Taylor, what's your argument going into this?
in my defense, The guy that said that was not an admin of the group. He was just, for some reason, he wasn't happy with the cracking open a cold one memes. And again, I didn't see no one drop this cracking open a cold one meme with Kopaka. And I thought this meme is fucking prime. So I was like, there's a lot of Bionicle fans that need to see this. I mean, this is the biggest Bionicle group on Facebook. It's like 20,000 followers. And like, I was always like, it was great.
The biggest.
The biggest, yeah. So I love being a part of it, and I posted the meme, and then all of a sudden I realized I got banned from the group, and I wondered like what the heck happened. So I finally got, I took a year off, I think, from like, because I couldn't reach anyone. I didn't remember the admin's name, so I had Madison reach out, and she wrote this whole like multi-paragraph thing, like, hey, like my fiance was kicked from the group. He posted this meme, but he, like all this stuff, and she got a response, and I said, well, if he was banned, it was probably for a good reason, and they just left it at that. So I think it's like just bogus.
Wait. So you got kicked out of the group, waited a year, and then that's when you decided to reach out.
Well, I wanted to reach out before, but it just kind of got sidetracked. And finally, like, me and Madison were sitting in my office, like, and Madison's like, okay, I'm going to do it. And she did it, and she wrote a good message. And I wish I could have talked to the admin and just explained my scenario. But I found a better group, nicer people in a war.
Oh, it's one of those. I got a better
Real
group. Yeah.
Did you crack that meme afterwards in that new group?
No.
Oh, okay.
So Jessica, mention some before our jury here gives the verdict.
But just to let you guys know Taylor's love of Bionicles, even though none of us really seem to share it, he is a graphic designer, and he used to just post these Bionicle like wallpapers in our GV chat. He's just like, hey, in case you guys, he's like, in case you guys want these, and we're like, none of us have ever wanted this, Taylor, and it didn't stop him. He just kept sending them like every day.
And then when we had this, like, my spare room into like our studio, which we never used because of COVID, we're like, oh, we need some art and everything. That's when he found a way to sneak it in. He like put it in the
Bionicle wallpaper.
So Hansi, where are you on this? Do you think Taylor, so he didn't see this message. The person wasn't an admin, but someone did state no more cracking a cold one with the boys memes. Do you think it was a guilty verdict that he should have been kicked from the group?
Yeah.
Oh, not even a warning? You don't think it's 3-strike rule?
I don't know. I can't relate. I'm not in Bionicle groups. I don't know the politicking of the inner workings.
Damn,
a lot of people, the biggest Bionicle group, that's a lot of warnings to give and keep track of.
20,000. They don't have time to give warnings. They're too busy posting Bionicle memes.
Carl,
maybe if you would have posted those cool wallpapers.
Yeah.
Carl, what about you?
Nobody puts Taylor in the corner. You do your dance, baby. You do your dance. You be proud of it.
Okay, so Clay, you are the deciding vote here. We got a non-guilty and a guilty. Should he have been kicked out of the Bionicle meme group?
I think anyone who's too extreme for the Bionicle group on Facebook deserves to be kicked. This is just wild. It's awesome. But yeah, I'm sorry, Taylor.
Damn.
Guilty. Taylor found guilty. Sorry.
Taylor, why don't you just turn your Assassin's Creed fan page into a Bionicle fan page, and then you'll have the biggest Bionicle fan page.
That'd be the biggest flex ever. Yeah,
It'd be a big flex, but I would get a lot of messages like what happened to my Assassin's Creed content? This is a full-on Bionicle page now. Like, that's like a Twilight Zone episode.
Just overnight.
We're talking about
No warning
75,000 people all thinking this is an Assassin's Creed page, instantly thinking the next day, like, why am I liking a Bionicle page?
Oh, wait. I just looked at the meme in the group chat. Taylor, that meme is awesome. I think you were right to post that.
Right?
Oh, that's so funny.
It's so good.
That's so funny.
Alright, I
you
gotta
said the
see
guy-
this.
You said the guy
Oh my
that
God.
gave you the warning. He wasn't even an admin.
I didn't think he was an admin, but he didn't give me a warning. 'Cause, like, when eventually I saw the message after I posted the meme, I was like, I don't even think he's an admin, but I'm sure I'm fine. And then, boom.
I'm happy
I
enough
was
to get
able to ban you.
cut of eggs and we'll go get him.
Yeah, let's do it. Well, I'm
That's
assuming
awesome.
like if he wasn't an
I know where he
admin,
is.
I'm assuming he had like deep affiliations with the actual like runners of the group or something like that. So
Giving bribes.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll do one last topic here, and then we'll get out of here. Because Taylor, I know you're excited for Kong vs. Godzilla, and this started the internet blaze because we got the trailer coming tomorrow. By the time people listen to this, it's already out. Taylor, I'm gonna let you go with your pitch, but I want to go around the room and just ask who everyone's wanting to win this fight, because everyone was like, are they Team Zilla or are they Team Kong? Obviously, this happens all the time, right? We saw this with Civil War, I saw this with BVS. This is a fun thing to do. So, Taylor, I think I know which side you are on, but where are you in this big Dukaroo coming out in March, which is coming March 26th, HBO Max? So,
I am 100% Team Godzilla. I mean, he's my boy. I think he is fan-freaking-tastic. I love him in these new North American interpretations of Godzilla.
why are you laughing?
Me?
What's wrong? Yeah, what's so funny?
I'm just smiling because I'm happy.
Okay, just checking.
This movie is gonna like my most anticipated of the year. I'm so freaking excited. I'm seeing like the teaser trailers for the trailers. Jessica tagged me in one. Shout outs to you, Jessica. I was so pumped on that. I was like driving. I pulled over, took off my glasses, and watched it. It was so good.
Took off your glasses.
Yeah.
You not see?
So, I just want to ask, because you're probably the most knowledgeable, is there any quick facts we should know about Zilla or Kong, why we might vote one way or the other?
Oh, well, okay, if you base this on the fact, okay, Kong in the Kong movie was still like a young version. He's like reached full maturity in this film, so he's the size of Kong. Kong is also able to actually pick up like debris and is seen using things as weapons. So he's got that. Godzilla does have like his tail whacking and does have like his beam. So that was actually a bad motion. So there you
You're
go.
on the end of a few beams.
All right, good point. Jessica, who are you on the battle? I know you may or may not be seeing this movie, but are you invested one way or another versus the lizard or the monkey?
Zilla for sure.
Wow. Okay.
Zilla.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I'm gonna break because I think Kirklin might be that as well. I'm going Kong all the way. I love better movies, by the way, Taylor. Sorry, but Kong's classic
Well,
stuff
look at
like
who's
that.
got more movies. Godzilla, right?
That doesn't mean anything.
Success.
I don't finger clap.
Quantity over quality every time.
Yeah, I like the news, and I'm a monkey guy. I've for many years wanted to get a
You are
monkey.
a monkey man.
I don't know if it will happen, but at some point, whether it's a monkey like Ross, I don't know if I want to get like bubbles like Michael Jackson had, because eventually they can turn and everything like that. But I would love I'd just love to have a fucking monkey running around here. Like it'd be so
You have
good.
two. You
What?
have two right now.
Those are my children, Kirkland. Don't. But
Yeah, leave our kids alone, Kirklin.
But yeah, I'm Kong all the way. And I feel like Kong has more personality. Even in Godzilla, what does he do? He just pops out of the ground, he blows shit up, and he goes away. Kong, he's romancing the ladies. He's trying to save people. He's a good dude,
But he doesn't have the mouth beams.
Yeah, he's not beaming up though. That might be a negative, Maybe that's how this fight ends. I don't know.
Yeah, so Godzilla's gonna put his beam into King Kong. Is that what
maybe they realize.
Maybe it's Queen Kong.
Maybe it's true love.
Queen Kong.
Yeah, why fight when you can love? That would be quite a scene for the American people to tune in on the news. They were fighting, and then all of a sudden these creatures are just going at it. And like this city
Everyone
is just
loves
there.
the enemies to lovers story.
Yeah, they're the new Raylo.
Be beautiful.
Yeah, what is it, Cozilla or something? But this the city of New York is just their bedroom. Terrible way to go. Kirk, but I imagine because you're like an anime nerd, you're gonna be going Zilla.
Yeah, I'm definitely Zilla. I had a couple Godzilla toys when I was younger, and I don't know. I just remember liking his overall aesthetic more than King Kong. So I just thought he was very dinosaur-like, and I really liked it. And then, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm not super strong on that pick, but if I had to pick, it'd be an easy Godzilla. But I'm not in love with Godzilla or King Kong. They're both bad guys in my eyes.
Well, we know no one's winning. They're gonna fight, and there's gonna be a bigger monster.
Mhm.
They're gonna team up. They're gonna fight this monster, and There we
Yeah.
go. So that's the way it
Snyder
goes.
cut.
Someone's gonna say Martha, and then
Yeah. What is that name? And then, there you go. What about you, Carl? That was me trying to be like a monkey, but talking at the same time. That's what that
You
was.
are a monkey. You
What?
goof.
I don't know. What was your monkey jokes? Eh? My kids are monkey. I'm a monkey. If I am a
Easy.
monkey,
You brought it
though,
up.
oh, I want to. I don't know. This I was gonna. People don't have the same affinity with monkeys as I do. I was gonna ask you what monkey they'd be and go around the room, but we don't have to answer that question. I would just shout for the record. I'd be an orangutan.
I knew you were gonna be orangutan. I was gonna say that. Yeah.
I love those guys. They're awesome. They're my people. So, Carl, who you going with, Zilla or Carl?
Well, I have two answers for this. I'd be definitely Godzilla, but based on this universe, which the movie will be set in, I'll be Kong. Because the Kong movie was definitely a better movie. But I'm Team Godzilla usually.
Didn't you guys like make fun of Kong relentlessly, and like Tom Hiddleston was a running joke for like a year and a half?
He was that scene where he's cutting down those monsters, everything. Yeah, that was brutal.
I enjoyed that. I thought it was quite funny. It was more heart to it than the other Godzilla
It was-
movies.
It was funny. Yeah, I don't know. I still think I like the original one with Aaron Taylor Johnson, but I'm kind of like Kirklin. I don't really love any of these movies, unfortunately. Like this whole, I think that's why I'm not like super hyped for these movies, because it's just, I don't know. I'm excited to see them fight, and that's about it. So.
Did any of you watch the old Godzilla cartoon back in the day?
A little bit. The one that was based off the Matthew Broderick movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I don't know. Let's pull this up. What year was it?
I'm telling you that.
Okay.
Ask lady.
All right.
So did you say
1998.
that,
We'll go with.
Aaron Taylor Johnson was in Kong?
No, Godzilla.
Oh, I
2014.
thought you were talking about Kong when you said that. I
Don't
was
miss
like,
Cole.
damn, he's in both of those.
Don't play a Taylor card where like, oh, you said this and I didn't say shit. No, we talked about this a few weeks ago. He's in there with Elizabeth Olsen, the brother-sister combo, you know. So, what about you, Hansi? Who do you think, Kong or Zilla, or who do you want?
I feel like there's no way that Godzilla wouldn't win in a fight. So I'm Team Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Good
All on the
pick.
wrong side of history here.
But
Are
I'm
you-
not
are you-
really a huge fan of either. Like,
Yeah.
I'm indifferent.
You're not watching this movie, are you?
No, I'm not.
No.
I didn't see the last Kong. I didn't see the last Godzilla. Like, not really for me, I guess.
I watched Gone Girl for you too.
Well, then which one should I like? What should I watch? And I'll watch one.
No, I would stay away. You made the right choice.
Yeah. and
All
that's-
right, I'm not going to do that to you.
All right, Clay, you get the final word here. Kong or Godzilla?
I was a huge Godzilla fan as a kid, like huge. I think I had a birthday cake with Godzilla.
Oh yes.
But yeah, no, I still have pictures that I'll send them in the group chat at some point. They're funny, but I thought Godzilla King of the Monsters was so bad. I think it was the coolest movie trailer I've ever seen.
Trailer's
And-
fantastic.
Trailer's
Amazing.
awesome.
Amazing. It was so cool. And then I was just so disappointed. I don't even know. It was just a terrible movie for me. Yeah,
What did you hold up there, Taylor?
I
Oh,
couldn't
you didn't
care-
have
I
the
couldn't
steel
care less
case
about
like
this movie.
Taylor did?
Oh, I hunted for the steel case. I couldn't
Oh,
find
let's
it.
see it.
Oh my
I want to see the cool. It probably has a cool design.
I got the regular one of this. And
That's
You
still
have
looks
to be an old lady with a stick just to get that.
But yeah, I'm out. I'll watch this movie, but I'm going in with low expectations.
Okay, I have now the final thing we're going to actually end on. This will be quick because we had a debate. We have a separate meme. So we have our GV chat and then we have a meme group chat. We started it because at one point Taylor was just destroying the GV chat with Star Wars memes and Dylan was not a fan of it. So
Oh, I
we
was in there
decided-
too. I was
Yeah.
adding to the problem big time.
we pivoted and made our own group, Meme is Blind, which I'm waiting for them to announce Love is Blind, a new season. But I'm going to drop both memes. And Taylor, if you could bring up on YouTube, I'm not going to say who sent them. And we kind of say, like, what's a meme of the week or something like that. And I want you guys to decide which one was better because there's been a debate and it's been pretty heavy. I can't.
Where are you posting this?
I'm going to post that in the Discord, but then Taylor will bring up
Okay.
the Discord. Okay, so I got the one. I won't say who they're from. I won't say anything of that. Same thing with this. And Jessica, don't say anything.
Obviously, I'm guessing one is from Travis because obviously he's got the problem with it. His not being first.
I like a friendly debate, you know.
You scared I went up to him with my meme.
Oh, so now you've already both of you. Fuck you.
But they don't know who did who or what did what.
Yeah, they don't know.
They're taking all out the mystery.
I won't say anything.
I can't find the.
I actually couldn't remember who the other one was from. I just could assume that Travis sent one of them.
Drop them in the Discord. I got them on ready.
I got him. No, I got him. Okay, so here we go. And Taylor, you got him on the YouTube live stream.
I will.
No more of the Bernie memes. It's not even funny.
Okay, so
but in context, I mean, actually, it's pretty good.
But take a moment, all three of you take a moment, and same thing, we're gonna do the jury again. This might be a recurring after 9 theme. We're just gonna use you guys to solve our problems because we can't fucking get anything done. So Nancy, I'll start with you. Which meme is better? So for the listeners, there's a I'll try and say them without laughing, but there's one meme of it's from Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, and that fella's done nothing but stare at you since we arrived. And Frodo looks over, and then it's Bernie in the chair sitting where Strider would be. And then the other one is Tony Stark's daughter, where she says, "I love you 100." And then the ad and then it's Tobey Maguire's turn, and he says, the ad said 3,000. So that's for the audio listeners. Hansi, where are you on this one?
It's clearly the Spider-Man one. That's pretty hilarious.
Yep.
I'm tired of the Bernie memes at this point, so I gotta go with Spider-Man.
Okay, there's been a lot of them. Clay, what about you?
Yeah, the Spider-Man one is so stupid. I love it. It's so dumb. It's awesome.
And Carl?
I'm gonna go Lord of the Rings.
Oh, wow.
Carl.
Yeah.
I'm pretty missing something with the Spider-Man one, and I'm trying to think. I might just being dumb here, but maybe it's just an American-Canadian thing.
Okay, so the Spider-Man one, thank you, Clay and Hansi, for picking that. That was mine. And, I said it was meme of the week. They all agreed. And then Kirklin dropped us, a few days later, and Taylor's like, no, that's meme of the week. And I was like, no, you can't just take that. I thought mine would, because
your meme was before the inauguration. Okay, so mine was a lot more politically relevant. Yours was just
the Bernie hand wave thing, the finger wave thing. I'm with Hansi that there was so many. That's why to me yours was a lower tier because we had seen so many ones. I think it was good.
But that's a high quality one though. It's so good because it's that fella's done nothing but stare at you since we arrived. It's Frodo and it's Bernie.
He's menacing. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just kind of he's almost 80-year-old old man sitting outside in the cold in January. What is so funny about it? I don't understand.
Great.
So, Carl, the Spider-Man was, I don't know if you remember Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2002. When he goes to wrestle at the promotion there, the ad.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah.
The ad says $3,000 for 3 minutes, but he pinned him in 2. So it only gives him $200, and then he says, "But the ad said 3,000." So that's.
It's just I just didn't recognize the scene. That's not the right scene, is it? That's not the scene when he's in the office saying that, is it?
No. They replaced Tony Stark with Tobey Maguire in that.
Carl forgot the part where it was his problem.
Now that's of the week.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was great, yeah. And I will show Taylor. Taylor's been dropping out some good Mummy ones lately too with Imhotep and stuff like that. I didn't know there was
those Mummy ones are good.
Dedicated to Mummy, but well, on that note, we'll end because that was a great one. Oh no, Carl wants keep going.
Well, you should probably already done it. Have you done your 4 films?
No, we didn't, and I didn't do them. So we should save that, and we'll leave that for next time because I forgot. I honestly forgot. It's probably the Popeyes conversation, but I got 2.
Well, I was going to ask, what are the rules for these films? Is it films that were out when you were a teenager, or just ones that you think shaped? Okay.
Any films you were watching when you were young, and you just kept,
Okay, Grease 2.
them. Carlson's like American Psycho.
And you know it.
I just want to mention before we take off that I've got the Taylor Takes questions that I've been concocting.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah, I'll give those to Taylor, and he can drop some answers whenever.
It'll be a short one because I posted on Twitter and no one commented, so no one wants to hear my
shit.
takes. But
Well,
give me your takes. I appreciate it.
well,
I'll
you
do
can
it.
just give them in the next after 9 or something too.
Yeah,
Whatever.
for sure.
Yeah, and Taylor, to be honest, you go on Twitter like every 2 weeks. You're not really trying to build that following, you know? Like you don't,
I don't
like
care
me and
about my
Hamster out there
Twitter
every
following.
day trying to gain more people, and you're just like and sometimes you'll just tweet literally 2 days in a row. You just tweeted a GIF of Ghost Rider, just of Ghost Rider,
Just to let his followers know what he's thinking. Come on.
I feel your pain, Taylor. I joined Twitter just to interact with DC Alliance, and I still miss half the stuff. I never see when it's all this fact or fiction. So like, when did these pop up? I don't know how you use Twitter.
Well,
I'm
first
lost.
of all, Carl, that's Marvel Alliance when I put out
Is
fact.
it? Well, there you go. That's why then I'm put wrong.
Call the wrong one.
Do you follow the accounts on Twitter? They're out there. They're on there. You know.
Yeah, I did. I followed them, but I just don't go on it enough. And then I listen to the show. I'm like, I didn't see that pop off.
Yeah. Taylor. Okay. Last thing. Taylor.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you, Carl, for that game. I really appreciate that.
You tried it?
I have not tried it yet, but I'm
okay.
definitely going to. I'm super stoked.
You're such a fucking
I-
brown
I'm
noser.
Can't wait.
What? He sent me a game that I can stream on my morning sessions I usually stream with.
Okay, I thought it was just like a recommendation, and you're like, "Yeah, thanks. I haven't tried it, but you know."
So. No, he gave me.
I mean,
Yeah.
did you try the Steam games yet? Have you seen any of those?
I've been sorry the hospital ones you were mentioning.
Yeah.
No, I'm waiting for them to go on sale.
Use my Steam account.
Oh, your Steam account, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's in there.
I
You get it for
forgot.
free.
Yes, I gotta do that. Shit.
Taylor,
Carl's just
for free?
like
Do the
stacking me up.
handstand.
Carl's
no, you
loading
guys
me
need
up.
to. You guys are gonna be sharing like your X videos Red account here or something soon. Like at this rate, you're going. I would believe that Clay maybe has someone tied up and he's been checking on them all night because he is like every 10 minutes ran out and he goes really quick and then he's back.
Can somebody hear scream? Quick, what's that?
Just go slap him around.
Is there
comes
someone
back.
over there, Clay? Should we be worried?
Who, me?
You were saying
I've been drinking beer like a crazy man. I have to pee every 5 minutes.
The
Absolutely
one
ripping,
night
man.
I am sober, Clay. The one night I'm sober. I'm usually the one that
Yeah.
ends up drunk
Next
on the
time-
street.
Next time, dude.
I got the
what,
White
what'll
Claw.
you
I had a
drink?
beverage. Team alcohol. Let's go.
Water.
Bubbly.
Bubbly.
The buble.
yeah, I got water too. You know, water for life. You know.
Carl, are you a beer guy or a liquor guy or?
Oh, beer guy, yeah, 100%
Okay.
beer.
Yeah. No. Next time we got it.
Right, okay, deal.
Deal.
Carl at 4 a.m. Deal.
Carl, are you a Guinness guy, Carl?
No, I don't really like it.
Oh, really? Okay.
The beer I drink is made by Guinness, same company.
Okay.
Rockshore Light.
I'm a big
Good.
Guinness guy. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, but Guinness is just really heavy.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you guys ever come across it? Independent beer called Electric Unicorn. It's prime.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Man.
I said if you come across it, like
Okay.
keep an eye out for it.
Sorry. Electric
Sheesh.
unicorn.
Yeah.
Right, okay, I'm gonna look. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna add it. to
Taylor,
my-
is your hand up still, or is that just from the previous?
Oh shit!
one?
Let me take that down.
Put your damn hand down, sir.
Yeah, you gave.
Get that damn hand out of
I
here.
mean, like look at that can.
I'd love
like,
to see Taylor drunk. That'd be a fun one.
Well,
Oh.
tune in
Looks
this
fun.
Oh, yeah,
Thursday.
sweet.
You'll see something. You'll see Taylor something. Maybe.
You're gonna be drinking while you get your fucking.
No,
wisdom
I'm not a
teeth
fucking
out?
animal. Jesus Christ.
Well, he said I want to see you drunk. So just because you're groggy doesn't mean you're fucking.
You got me excited. I'm gonna see something special on Thursday. Ooh.
Yeah, you're cracking a cold one open up with your dentist or something like that,
as
right?
he busts out the Bionicle.
Have you ever the Bionicle holders? Have you ever drank a beer out of that?
I should do that on my wedding day. You and me, Travis, will toast. When you do like my best man speech or whatever you want to do. Cheers me in a fucking Bionicle cylinder. I'll have one for
Yeah.
you to use.
I'm sure Madison will love that. And you realize I know it's your wedding day, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be drinking.
Well, you can put whatever you want in it.
Oh, okay. It'll likely
Yeah.
just be
Orange juice.
Yeah.
yeah, from the jug. Well, I am. Big swallow. No, I have to. I got to think about all that stuff. I got to think about how to detour your family because half of Taylor's family, I think, hates me, so that'll be fun. So
Right.
Makes sense.
makes sense, Kirkland.
Yeah, it does. You monkey boy, orangutan Travis, they probably call you.
I don't want to be monkey boy. I like liking monkeys. I don't know if I want to be the monkey boy, you know.
Okay, monkey boy.
And it's also like PTSD, because remember I said there was the crush gave me the signature being the funny monkey kid or whatever. I'll have to get our yearbooks out. Like it was something weird. It was like a song or something, and I took that as a sign, not a sign. Just, you know.
Okay, monkey boy.
All right, so somebody's not getting the link for the next watch along.
Been here from the beginning.
Yeah.
This is what you do to me.
Put your damn hand down, monkey boy. Okay, it's getting late. I can tell everyone's getting loopy here. So, anything to say before we get out of here? Anybody?
Watch the pay.
We will at some point, Carl, but now, like, we will. You even gave us the clearance. You said, like, oh, when things slow down.
I know, I'm busting your balls. Although that first season was just unreal, so it was.
I'll start it after I finish Dawson Creek. Go
I know.
tell
I've got the season 4, and I'm like, I've heard it gets bad after that, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to watch more.
Gets bad. That's a funny joke.
That would mean that the seasons that I've watched so far have been good.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh, what about the episode where in the first season when they did the Breakfast Club, and you've got Pacey, you know, referencing Mighty Ducks. He says those duck bombs are the bit. Those duck movies were the bomb. I love that.
Those duck
So
bombs.
cheesy. Those duck movies were the bomb. That was brilliant. I love the Mighty Ducks, so it had me.
There you go. I won't be watching Dawson's Creek anytime soon, so I'll let you know.
You missed it.
I'm not messing out. I know what trash I'd get into. I watched the OC. That was enough for me. You got OC, The Gossip Girl, Dawson's Creek, and like One Tree Hill. That's the whole ones right there. I watched OC. I'm good. You know.
Dawson's Creek is the last one I have to fill that holy quad.
I didn't
Gossip
really.
Girl. So
Yeah,
good.
you send to the gods. They take you up and everything like that. All right. Well, thank you all for joining. Always tons of fun. We went a whole hour actually than we planned, because we usually do just 2 hours, and we fucking just went.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all Carl's fault. You can't.
I do. Well, I went on your time. I was just assuming in my head it was your time. So when I was actually going to get up at 2 o'clock, it would have been the right time to get up.
I see.
Yeah, because 6
Yeah.
Pacific and 9 Eastern are the same time. And
Well, that wasn't the problem that got posted. So what I originally accidentally posted was, well, actually, is Hansa, you're trying to defend me saying it at the same time?
well, I just when
Wow, that's fair. I'm gonna take
we were
it.
talking in the Discord or something, someone said 6 Pacific and someone said 9 Eastern, and I was like, well, that's the same time.
Yeah, Taylor's been on my ass the whole day, because I did screw up in one post. I put 6 p.m. Eastern, but like I literally said, like, we do the same time all the time, and like I just fucking hate time zones. Like, and Taylor like the whole day, and then he tried to like. He was eating 5 minutes before the cast. I'm like, you should be ready to go. He's like, oh, well, you kept messing up the times all day. I told him like 11, like the real time. It's such a bullshit excuse. He knows he's wrong. Like, but yeah, Carl, it's all on you. It's not my fault.
That's okay.
None of it's my fault. All right.
Monkey boy.
It's catching on. I like it.
Great. Yeah, I can't wait. So, all right. Okay. So, well, it was fun. I hope the rest of you have a good weekend, and we'll catch you next time about more memes and whatever's going on. I'm sure something will arise in the fucking Discord chat or something. So.
And I promise it won't be boring.
No, you know what? I don't need my nickname. I don't need my thing taken. You know, I'm gonna just start inviting all these Lego people into the chat. I'm just gonna tell them.
That'll be rowdy.
Get the medieval ones. I'm gonna
The
say this-
medieval Legos.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
No, Lego trains.
Yeah, there's only a few hundred of those. So, all right, adios, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.